I am ready, Sasson, yes. Good afternoon and welcome to the Lindale Cricket Club. It is grand final day, steaming hot day. Been a bit of drama here in the lead up to the grand final at Noble Park North. There was some rain, some unexpected rain this morning. The pitch was not covered, certainly not the fault of the groundsman. Luke has done an outstanding job to get the pitch ready. There was a lot of water on the pitch and he's worked tirelessly. The final was due to start at 12 local time. It's going to start at 4:30 local time and he's done a great job. Let's get down to the toss. And Suhas a little while ago was with the two captains, Abdul Rafi and also Naseem, who's captaining India for the big final between India and Pakistan.
Kindle some rivalries. It's going to be the Pakistani Sultans on the Indian Tigers. Captains are here. The captain of Indian Tigers, Ahmed Nadeem. Alongside him, Pakistani Sultans skippered by Abdul Rafi. To adjudicate the toss, there's Ash Burrows and our very own John of ACL Under 19. And last but definitely not the least, the organizer, ACL Under 19, Harry Sandhu joins us for the toss. The coin will go up now. And remember, this is a glitzy trophy that they're playing for. Whose hands will it be at the end of the game? Let the coin flip begin. Heads is a call. And John confirms it's heads. Abdul, hey, you won the toss. What's the decision and why?
Yeah, we're going to bowl first.
You were talking to the surface. People usually see the surface being rolled. You were talking to it. What were you whispering to it?
I was just telling it to be on our side today, I guess. That's all.
Do you think it'll change as the sun beats down a little more?
I don't think it'll change too much. But yes, definitely over maybe 2 or 3 hours. We should see the surface get flatter and hopefully better to bat on in the second innings.
Captaining a side like Pakistani Sultans, that's brimming with so much talent, and now standing in the ground. How's your journey been so far?
It's been amazing. We've had, I think 3 wins and a loss. So it all goes towards a good cause, I guess. The boys are playing well, good confidence, and hopefully we can finish off in the final.
Is in the side?
No, we're sticking with the same team as the semi.
Have a lovely game.
Thank you so much.
The coin fall in your favor. But what is this surface telling you now that you have to bat first?
I think it'll be a tough challenge to bat first. I think what we're going to focus on is trying to get through a new ball, because I reckon that's going to be the hardest part of the bat.
Interesting. You mentioned that you need a cushion because you're going to be batting first now anyway. What do you cushion would be?
I think it'll be similar to day one, so I reckon anything above 100 would be in our favour.
Big question. Any changes in the side for the finale?
Yeah, we got a pace to come back in, the mish, and that's all.
All the very best.
Thank you.
News from the centre. It's the Pakistani Sultans who won the toss. Want to be bowling first. Pakistani Sultans, and it's time for the national anthems. I request all those able to please stand for the national anthem of India.
Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravida, Uttara, Banga, Vindhya, Himachala, Yamuna, Ganga, Uchala, Jaladhi, Taranga, Tava Shubha Name Jage, Tava Shubha Ashish Mage, Gahe Tava Jaya Gatha, Jana Gana Mangala Dayak, Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata, Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya 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 He.
So lovely renditions of the national anthems of Pakistan and India respectively. The Pakistan Sultans playing the Indian Tigers. Pakistan Sultans winning the toss, electing to bowl. Definitely one change, waiting for the final teams in the Pakistan side, the Sultan side. Talal, who's been such a handy player at the top of the order. Some of these young men are still at school, and they live outside Melbourne. Public holiday here today in Melbourne. Very hot, steamy day here after some unexpected rain overnight in this area, the southeastern suburbs, and this probably little pocket got the bulk of it, hence why the final due at 12 has been put back 4.5 hours as Luke has worked around the clock to get the pitch right and up to a playing standard. But Talal lives in Sydney, so he's gone back to school, and he's the only change from the Pakistan Sultans team that have been in good form. Both had comfortable wins in the semi-finals. At one stage, the Lankan Lions were restricted to 7 for 29 against the Sultans, and could only conjure 63, and the Sultans passed that total comfortably. And we saw a wonderful effort by the Indian Tigers and taking on the Afghanistan Eagles, getting 128 quite easily too. So we look forward to what should be a great contest. They played each other during the tournament to decide who'd finish on top in Pool A, and due to the fact that there was a slow over rate in the second game by the Sydney Kangaroos, it was a 16 overs a side game, but this is 20 overs a side. So we will get a full match in, and we look forward to it. Suhas will join me in commentary. Great to have him. We're also doing it for our audience around the subcontinent, especially in India, in Hindi. Suhas will explain that as well. So we are going to start very soon. John and Ash, your umpires. And Afzal will kick things off. He's been handy in the tournament with the ball, sometimes opening the bowling, Afzal Sadiq, and some very handy batting, big hitting. Has got his team to some decent scores where they've been able to defend. Farouk at slip, Zamberg the wicket keeper. And the two Nazeems, including the skipper from the Footscray Edgewater Cricket Club, opening the batting, and the left hand of the skipper will kick things off to face the first ball in this final. Had some hot days in this tournament. This would nearly take the cake. No respite, and I think we're quite happy. That it is really hot. So Afzal will kick things off to Nadeem. The finals underway. ACL 2025 Under-19 Championships, and a bit of swing to kick it off. Looking forward to seeing how the wicket operates. Ayman Nadeem facing. Ayan Nadeem at the non-striker's end. And that's called a wide. That was very, very wide, that second ball. We've said a lot throughout this tournament, the number of times that the bowler has bowled a wide in his opening over, especially the medium paces. I think it's happened nearly every over. Deep mid-wicket, one of the players out. And a good delivery. He has a bit of a look there. And eventually lets it go. The offside field. is stacked. Backward point, cover point, extra cover mid-off. There's a fine leg and third man, a little bit wideish on the boundary. Normally where Gully might be. And again leaves outside that off stump. So probing away, Afzal Sadiq. The captain Abdul, who bowled well in his first outing with the ball on Thursday. In the semis, you'd think he'd open the attack from this southern end. This is ballooned away, didn't get much on this. Bouncing in front of Sadiq. As he was tucked up, then Ayman Nadeem. But the first run off the bat, none for two. Both teams with a plethora of spin bowling options. We know the Indians have got the leg spinners who've dominated matches. Krit Darji did it in the semi-final with 5 wickets. Avari against the Pakistanis with 4s. It's flicked away short and also giving him an opportunity on the leg side to play a lovely shot off his toes with the first ball he faces, Ayman Nadeem. Just straying on that leg stump. Afzal Sadiq. And that's down the leg side and will be called a wide. Well taken by Zamberg. Our great friend Grant O'Hara's had to catch a flight back to Brisbane and wish him and his family all the best. The cyclone Alfred, lots of rain, but downgraded a bit in the end, and that is just fantastic news. He's on the move. Saw him coming, Afzal, and in the end he flicks it through the onside out to deep forward square leg. Good opening over. India sent into bat after Pakistan won the toss and none for 8. So it looks like the skipper will operate from this southern end. Very impressed with him at Noosa in the under-19 tournament 2 years ago. He plays with the Essendon Premier Cricket Club, who've had a tough time this year. They were a very good side in the 60s, played in multiple grand finals in a row, won a couple of flags. And they played in that memorable one where Bill Lawrie chased down for Northcote 515 and got half the runs himself, or 514, making 282, the great man. So, Abdul Rafi, captain to captain, maybe eventually, but Ayman Nadeem's on strike now. The wind has picked up a little bit when we were talking to Luke out in the middle a couple of times, and as I say again, he's done a sensational job to get this wicket up. I think we were hoping that it is stifling hot, really, really hot, that the wind might have been more of a factor and would have helped dry the pitch a bit quicker. Rafi with a slip in place, bowls and a swing and a miss. And it is this stacked offside field, and obviously Rafi aiming to bowl to this field early days and get as many dot balls in place, the young man, in the Sultans lineup. Pakistan dropping just the one game when they probably had that truncated clash to decide top of their pool in their keeping and conceded 24 off the second last over, and India got the job done. That's good bowling. Popped a little bit and defended down by Ayan Nadeem. This will be interesting what the wicket does after that downpour. 11 mils in an hour is a lot of rain. Certainly nothing compared to what southeast Queensland has suffered in the last 48 hours or so, and Lismore, which is in the northern part of New South Wales. But when we've hardly had any rain here in Melbourne, it's been a very, very hot start to March and autumn. Very hot start. No doubt the AFL footballers will be hoping for some respite when the first match is played in Melbourne on Thursday night. Still going to be pretty warm, I think. And well bowled. Beaten outside the off stump. Bit of bounce as well. Took off. They've taken the slip out in this second over. And they've put Farouk, who took an outstanding catch when they caught everything and were running everything out in a wonderful display in the field against Sri Lanka. They caused a lot of their own downfall with some dreadful running between the wickets, some risky running between the wickets in the semi on Friday. Something that Abdul Rafa is not happy about. He's pointing to the pavilion. He's ready now. And it's uppercut, a short delivery. Will go to the boundary. The outfield certainly dried out. It was a bit wet when I first got here this morning. Stretching at it, but getting a boundary. Ayan Nadeem, just a bit short as we look at the replay. He didn't move his feet, but he flung the bat at it and got enough on it through the offside. So it's none for 12 near the end of the second over. Ash Barrow's also told us that the rules in place are that they've got to try and get through their 20 overs in 80 minutes. If that isn't the case, and they've only got through 18 for the last 2 overs, they're allowed 5 out. They'll only be allowed 4 out, which is a good rule too. He flings the next one away. It was in the hitting zone. It was, for a little while, a bit dangerous, but it was a bit too straight for long on. Down the ground for another boundary. Just a length ball there by Rafa. Be disappointed with that. And it's none for 16 after 2 overs. He's had more of the strike. Ayan Nadeem's got 13 off 8, and the skipper, Ayman Nadeem, 1 off 4, India. So they've got the start they wanted without losing a wicket in the opening 2 overs. In the grand final of ACL 2025, the Under-19 Championships from the Lindale Cricket Club in Noble Park North in the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne. Afzal Sadiq with his second over. Doesn't have much of the strike, the skipper. Ayman Nadeem drops into the offside, thinks about a run, sent back. Farouk was on the pounce. I think they've learnt from what happened with the Lincoln Lions the other day. A couple of direct hits. When the runs could have been on, they were slightly risky, and they certainly weren't hesitant in their endeavour to get through the runs, but the returns were brilliant. Afzal Sadiq on the move and he's not connecting yet, is Ayman Nadeem, swing and a miss. And Afzal, clever there, saw him coming and put it outside that off stump. Haven't had a lot of big partnerships in this tournament for the opening pair. This is flicked away cleverly. Again on the line of the leg stump by Afzal Sadiq, not quite getting his line right. And the second run on the board for the skipper of the Indian Tigers. None for 17. in the third over. Short, pulled away. And that might nearly go to the boundary. No, but it will be cut off. Deep forward square leg, and they get two. Probably didn't get as much of it as he wanted. It was short from Afzal Sadiq. Good rolling of the wrists by Ayan Nadeem. And was able to get it through vacant territory. So he's got 15 off 9. Being the aggressor, had a bit more of the strike. Making a good start here, the Tigers. Gets cut in half. They might get a leg by here. I think it's taken on the thigh pad. It is going to be a leg by. Driven down the ground. It's a beautiful shot. But mid-off is able to stop it. It was almost a block hole type delivery. He didn't quite get it in the screws. But another run on the board. So I think they'd be pretty happy. Going at 7 and over up the first 3 overs. The Indian Tigers. It's none for 23. Ayman Nadeem 3, Ayan Nadeem 15. Abdul Rafi to continue bowling. So it will be skipper to skipper now. Saying the projected score at the moment at 7 and over would be 140, but you'd want more if you've got through the first 3 overs without losing a wicket, considering they've got some talent in their batting lineup. Lots of talent in their batting lineup. Saxon's one of those. Little man, powerful hitter. Wide of the off stump and getting an inside edge. He nearly plays on. He played miles away from the body then. Loose shot by Ayman Nadeem, but he survives. And looks at the bottom of his bat and says, well, that's where I hit it. That's not where I wanted to hit it. Bowling well up too. Good piece of bowling. I'm not even playing, but for what it's worth, the commentator here is sweating up a storm. Here is Abdul Rafi. And it's steered away out to deep cover. We've got coverage on Hindi for our Indian and subcontinent audience. So a big day. None for 23, as I say. Suhas will tell us a bit more about that. He broadcasts in a number of different languages for all the various cricket tournaments he partakes in around the world. 4th over. Rafi in again. Driven. That's a beautiful cricket shot. Beats the man at short cover. Slightly over pitch by Abdul Rafi. And that's the shot of the day so far by the skipper. We know he's a class act from the Footscray Edgewater Cricket Club, Ayman Nadeem. And takes the score to number 27. Beautiful shot. We love the sixes and the clubs down the ground and the flat bat shots, but I'm still a pure cricket man. Driving through the covers like that, especially from a left-hander. Kumar Sangakkara was my favourite player, being able to do that. And this is on the leg stump, and it feels pretty deep there. And there'll be a leg by. They all count in this good start so far by the Tigers at none for 28. Ringfield, of course, is deep point. Deep cover, point, extra cover, mid-off. Third man, fine leg inside the circle. Abdul Rafai again. And steered into the covers, and there's another run on the board. And the return, according to a couple of Pakistani fielders, on the onside for the left-hander who's now facing. It could have been a bit close. Mid-wicket. Mid-on. Deep forward square leg and deep cover of the two on the boundary at the moment in the power play. Pulled away. Took the pace off it. And make sure that they just pick a gap and they don't put it down the throat of the fielder in the deep. None for 30. 4 overs gone. Abdul Rafai, none for 16 after 2. Ayan Nadeem has 17. Ayman Nadeem has 9. And they've got that projected score at 150. We haven't had a 150 in the tournament so far. I've had a couple of 130s. A few 120s. So Pakistan chase Sydney Kangaroos score of 128 down, who had all sorts of problems on the opening day of the tournament. Exactly a week today with no balls and wides and taking a long time in between overs. We've seen a couple of scores in the 130s. And so the 5th over, a bowling change. This is Khalif. He's had a good tournament. Won a man of the match. Straight away he's online. But Ayman Nadeem was probably, I think, on that occasion looking to maybe, with long off outside the circle, play it in between that man and the man in the covers, but he dragged across the line. So what they've done is now they've put long on the fence. Change has been made a lot by Abdul Rafai. And beaten outside the off stump with a bit of bounce from Khalif. Looking to thrash it through the offside. Well taken by Zamberg, who's, when he has kept, not in every game, most games he's been pretty solid. Great that we got some cricket on. There were times throughout the day when it was going to be maybe a bridge too far for Luke, the groundsman's done a wonderful job. He's on the move here, and good bowling by Khalif. It's called a wide. And then there's a throw at the stumps at the non-striker's end. A bit of loitering with intent by Nadeem. But Ayman Nadeem went down the wicket, as you can see in the replay, to try and whack that out of the ground. And Khalif thought, well, I'm going to follow him and bowl it wide. And umpire Ash Barrow, after long consideration, has called it wide. But Ayman Nadeem nearly ran himself out of the non-striker's end. Now Ayman Nadeem beaten again. Lack of foot movement at the moment. We're in the 5th over. None for 31. But playing and missing a bit in this over, helping the Pakistan cause, the Sultans cause, the first bowling change in place. Hasnain Raza Khalif from the northern end. Wide of the off stump. Once more looking to cut or even uppercut over the wicket keeper's head. He wouldn't want to get it too square. It would go straight down the throat of Short third man, but once more he plays over the top. Playing a miss, playing a miss, playing a miss. It'll give Khalif some confidence. Also, you get frustrated, don't you, when you're playing, having an opponent playing and missing. This occasion, he gets over the top of it, and he cuts it out to cover. Gets a run. He hasn't quite got his timing right. 10 off 17, Eamon Nadeem. 17 off 12, Ian Nadeem. None for 32. Two left-handers at the crease. Eamon the taller of them. Ian on strike now. He's on the move and he gets an inside edge. Wasn't far away from playing on, and once more clever bowling. It's a good contest between bat and ball. Both batters. In fact, he didn't get anything. It's called a bye. I thought there was some bat on that. Richmond theme song on in the background. They play Carlton this week in the AFL. None for 34. Last ball of the over. And it is a length ball that is driven magnificently down the ground, lofted and hits the fence on the full. That's better from the skipper. As you can see on the replay, we're still at the crease. And he has hit that on the full and has ricocheted about 10 metres back. As they just bring the brush out and do some running repairs on the pitch. Remembering that it certainly, when I was out there earlier today, it was very, very soft after that rain, of which the covers were not put on. Because no rain was predicted until the rain came, if that makes any sense. We had 11 mils in about an hour, just as the sun was rising. Well, I woke up this morning in the western suburbs and thought it's been raining. I wonder if that's going to affect the cricket. Found out when I was on my way here and it almost arrived. So another bowling change in place. They're using their medium paces at the moment. The Pakistanis, Max Heffernan, who's been an important part of this team. Made some handy runs with the bat. And has bowled his left arm medium pace. But they'd be happy with this start, the Indians. Going at 8 and over. None for 40. Ian Nadeem, 18 off 13. Eamon Nadeem, 16 off 18. We're live on Set Sports, English and also Hindi. Great to provide a variety of commentary for the Under-19 Grand Final in the ACL for 2025 here in Melbourne. And flicked away. The first ball straight on the leg stump. They'll come back comfortably for 2. Good running by the Nadeems. Ian Nadeem goes to 20. Max Heffernan over pitch delivery on the leg stump. So fielders are allowed out now. Mid-wicket. Forward square leg on the onside. Heffernan in again. And this is clubbed away. They don't have any protection at deep cover. Lifted away over that stacked offside field to the boundary for 4. Loose ball. And nice shot by Ian Nadeem. He's 24 now. This good start continues for the Indian Tigers. 46 without loss in the 6th wicket. In the 6th over, I should say. But we have seen lots of collapses in this tournament, so they're away nicely early. Heffernan bowls again. It's a full toss, driven down the ground. Just for 1. Have Sell the fielder. Leg stump Short outside the off stump. And a full toss. A Forrest Gump variety. Life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get. The first three deliveries in Max Heffernan's spell. A couple of people finding some shade. There's not a lot of it on this warm day. Camera staff doing an outstanding job here for Set Sports. Heffernan bowls. Fended away into the offside. So 8 runs from the first 4 balls of the over. Profitable. And the skipper, 17 off 19. He's the one that's playing sheet anchor despite that big 6. Didn't quite have his timing right. He's able to rotate the strike. Eamon for Ayan. And appeal for a catch behind. He was looking to lift one that took off late. Surprised him. Let's have a look at the replay. Did it pop a bit? And maybe he tried to change his mind at the last minute. Looking to drive or cut into the offside. The last minute he thought I might lift it over Zandberg, the wicketkeeper. And nearly got an edge. Drives into the onside, took a hand off the bat and gets a run. So very good over as far as the Indian Tigers are concerned. They've made a wonderful start here. They were sent into bat by Pakistan, the Sultans, in this final. None for 49 after 6 overs. And as I say, we've seen a couple of good opening partnerships in this tournament. 70 from Pakistan, ironically, against India when they played each other to decide who'll finish on top. But then they sort of fell away when the Indian spinners were able to rein them in. Avari and Co. So Khalif will come around the wicket. Projected score at the moment over 160. Current run rate 8.17. If they get that, it'll be a wonderful chase to watch, knowing that Rayan Farouk, he's missed out once in this tournament, will be a key player at the top of the order for the Sultans. There's 170 runs. Khalif bowls. Chopped away. They'll get a run. Field's pretty deep inside the circle. Fling at the stumps. He was sort of moseying on through Nadeem. Not like he was being careless, but he was sort of going through the run in a relaxed manner, and he succeeded. So none for 50. 50 on the board. Start of the 7th over. Wide of the off stump. Dropped away. He didn't really move his feet. Eamon Nadeem, but he was able to just force it into that vacant territory. So lots of singles at the moment are on the offing for the Indian team, the Tigers, if they want them. It's been a big 24 hours, of course, for the Indian cricket team. They got over the line in the Champions Trophy in a good battle against New Zealand. They played every match, which obviously helped them as part of their preparation in Dubai. Here's Khalif again around the wicket and pulled away. There may be a fielder at long on, but it had too much on it. Flat batting it for 6. Shortish delivery, and Ayan Nadeem got plenty on it. Topping it a little bit, and I thought, is it going to land safely? Let's look at the replay. And it didn't land for a long time until well over the fence. Into the trees and far, far, far away. 33 off 20 for Ayan Nadeem. Some trouble for the Sultans. Leaking runs early, none for 57. Khalif in again, and he tries a reverse hit. And that wasn't the right shot, I wouldn't have thought. He looked to execute it, and it may have had a bit too much pace for him, but I mean, against these shots, especially inside the first 10 or 12 overs, despite your team having lots of runs on the board, put those shots away if the proper cricket shots are working. Getting a top edge here, and the field is inside the circle and not as straight as where that ball was going as it heads down to the boundary for 4. More boundaries, 37 to Ayan Nadeem. It's none for 61, and it's a great pleasure with his brand new glasses to welcome the great man Suhas to the commentary box on this stifling hot day where he's looking cool, calm and collected, and I am sweating up a storm. As the runs keep coming here, another one to the bat of Ayan Nadeem, who's lapped his brother, 38 off 23, and Ayan Nadeem is 18. Welcome, Suhas. Lovely to have you with us. It's been quite an eventful afternoon, hasn't it?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dan. The Aussie Cricket League Under-19 Grand Finale. Hello to everyone watching the Set Sports broadcast, and it gives me immense pleasure to tell you that this is not just about English commentary. You could switch to Hindi commentary as well, and that's an opportunity that Set Sports gives you, and that is a great addition to ACL Under-19 as more fans across the world join our broadcast. And it's been made possible by one man, Mr. Sachin Yadav, who ensured that the impossible drops the IM in it, and with minimum resources, you put him wherever, he'll ensure that the best result comes out of that too. For now, the best results coming out of the bat of Nadeem's, Ayman Nadeem and Ayan Nadeem. Ayan Nadeem has been the aggressor. Remarkable start for India after being asked to bat first.
Yes, Tariq has done a good job as it steered away. He's the spinner who's had a pretty good tournament. He got a hat-trick on the opening day, exactly a week ago today. And we've spoken about how good the spinners have been from both teams, and he'll need to be special here to rein it in a bit.
This to me is confidence. He's played that shot off the middle stump line, knows that he can be a candidate for LBW, but the sheer confidence in himself is what has cost him to play that stroke, even if it is for only a single. So these are the little cues that the bowler will also be taking in. Saad bin Tariq, he's known for taking a hat-trick.
And the wicket's playing well.
Oh, kudos to Luke, our curator.
Oh, he's done a great job.
Absolutely, Dan. In a tournament where the games come thick and fast. Now the second run could have been a challenge had it been collected better. The throw was dispatched better. And that's been the story so far for Pakistani Sultans. They're searching for brilliance in the field. And there needs to be a moment of that kind very soon. Otherwise, this could be one-way traffic as the Indian Tigers, who are on the prowl for a big target to be set, have started off really well.
Look at that, isn't it a lovely shot?
Yeah, very cheeky indeed. And that's exactly why it's very difficult to set a field to these Ayman brothers. Nadeem brothers, I should say. They play all the cheeky shots in the book and beyond.
He didn't quite have his timing early, the skipper, Ayman. Ayan certainly has. That's another example. It was a pretty ordinary ball. It was a full toss, of course, but slams it away.
A terrific shot. It's one thing to have a full toss, one thing to convert that into a full toss. Saad bin Tariq saw that he was hanging back. That was moments ago. This time puts on the dancing shoes. And the southpaw ensures that he gives it the great result he was demanding from himself.
Short again. And they've had to go defensive, of course, Suhas, because he's playing so many shots across the line and out on the onside that they've had protection out for that over from Tariq, which was expensive. 3 players.
71 without a wicket.
What a start this has been. The move to win the toss and bowl was backfire for the Sultans. Early days. The Indians swinging from that great album from Dire Straits. 2 massive hits on that. Money for Nothing and Walk of Life. It's going to be another spinner brought in to do his job. And this is Arham Farouk as opposed to Rayan Farouk. And it is swung away lustily over the head of the fielder at deep mid-wicket for a big, big, big 6. And there's 50 off 28 balls. The big slog sweep. What a shot that was.
Half century of the highest order. He's chosen the big moment. And there's more. Height and distance, plenty on it. Ayan Nadeem. You beauty. Not letting the bowlers settle down. Farouk is doubting himself now.
We've seen some wonderful innings. This is fast becoming the best of the tournament so far. It's a big call, but when you're 56 off 29, you're doing a lot right.
Oh, the throw was all right. The backing up wasn't. Very surprised that Aham Farouk does not give his 100% in the grand finale, but every inch is a battle. Yes, there was half an opportunity created, but the Pakistani Sultans are not even a shade of what they were in the semi-final.
No, they're flat, aren't they? Well, to me, they're flat.
With some batting from the top draw. And a gentle jog to the other end will be another run because of what we call it in this sport.
Well, isn't the captain playing a responsible innings here? Doing his job, 22 off 23, allowing Ayan Nadeem to just produce the fireworks.
The Aham Farouk has got to have a very big heart as a spinner, is being tested. The first 2 deliveries he runs in, those have disappeared for 6s. Now you're trying to be defensive so that your fingers are not hurt. It's one thing to build the confidence of the bowler, it's quite another to do so for an entire side. The Indian Tigers continue to roar. No chance for the fielder in the deep because he only has a jersey and not a jetpack. Third 6 in the over. Farouk goes to the cleaners.
Yes, he tossed it up and it went the journey, all going over the onside around cow corner and deep mid-wicket, and that one nearly hit the scoreboard.
Absolutely right, Dan. What a shot that is. It's demanding respect as it goes near the scoreboard, whistling past it, telling it add 6 more. 92 without a whistle. What a start for the Tigers.
Nice 6 there by Ayman Nadeem, 28 of 24. And another slog sweep, but it might be caught this time. It is caught. Once bitten, 3 times shy. And on that occasion, Ayman Nadeem didn't get enough of it into the slight breeze. And Saeed bin Tariq breaks through, and maybe they get themselves back into this, the Sultans. A wonderful innings of 58 comes to an end.
That's the kind of cricket he plays. Lives by the sword, dies by the sword. And a good catch. Finally, something sticks. And is this the change in momentum that the Sultans want? The opening partnership has been broken, but that is only after 92 runs have been added in 9 overs. A remarkable innings from Ayan comes to an end. It's 92 for 1.
So one for 92, 58 off 31. And the wicket taker is Tariq again. Had a good tournament. We mentioned the 3 wickets he took, including the hat-trick on Monday. And it means that they've got a fresh man in, but this man can pack a punch as well, as we've said. Got 11 off 4 to drag his team over the line, and they scored 24 off Ali's over, the second last over in the shortened game, to decide top spot against Pakistan on Thursday. And when they made comfortable work of the Afghanistan Eagles on Friday, he was at the 4 as well, Saxon. Full length ball brings up a run into the onside. So this has been an outstanding start, not even halfway through, and they're 1 for 93. And let's see what the skipper can do now. He's been impressive, and that's very, very good placing. They think about 2. He just took the pace off that, and the field was extremely deep on the onside. Well, 1's enough at the moment. They're flying.
Saad bin Tariq has got to remind himself the old adage of cricket, 1 brings 2. Very good delivery. Not too long ago, but in a land very far away from Australia, we saw India arrest the opposition with spin in the grand finale of Champions Trophy. Does the captain of Pakistani Sultans believe that spin is the way here ahead? Because the faster they've come, the faster they've disappeared.
Correct. That's a good shot, isn't it?
Some shots tell you the kind of mind space of the batter, and also the kind of license that's been given by the management of the side. This was one such.
Been a bit inconsistent. I've been inconsistent in my views of those switch hits, but when they work, they're great to watch.
Superb over from Saad bin Tariq. Started with a wicket, gave away 4 singles, thereafter finishes with a dot. That's the template he wants to follow. 96 for 1. The Indian Tigers on the prowl for a big target at the halfway stage on 96 for 1. With 9 wickets in hand, you can expect a crescendo finish. And then what a marvellous period of play this has been if you're a Tigers fan. The Pakistani Sultans trying to script a comeback.
Well, they've got a lot of work to do, Suhas. I mean, when you've started with 96 off the first 10 and the projected score's 192, if they were to run those down and they got 192, it'll be a sensational final and well worth the wait. But there's a long way to go yet. But it's been a great start by the 2 Nadeems. Nadeem's 58 was superb, and Eamon continuing on where his compatriot finished off and doing his job after taking probably a couple of overs to find his way.
I can't help but marvel the fact that Saksham Patania can bat in so many places. You put him at number 3, he puts his hand up and says thank you. You suddenly send him later on, number 4, he's moulded his batting accordingly. Sometimes beyond that as well. There was a game that he came in at number 6 and finished. What a shot this is. Ahmed Nadeem, the captain, leading from the front now.
Yes, loose one from Rayan Farouk. He'll need to bat out of his skin the way this score's looking. He has generally throughout the tournament for the Sultans, but just in the hitting zone. The loosener, and it was put away.
Remember, we had a delayed start today because the pitch was a little wet and it was soft indeed. Winning the toss, choosing to bowl first seemed to be the case. This is bigger and better. Nadeem goes leg side and comes back with 6 more.
Yes, again in the hitting zone. I thought, did he get all of that in the middle? Let's have a look at the replay. He did. And lots of 6s by the 2 Nadeems. In a couple of overs ago, went 2 in a row at the start of an over. And Eamon doing the same thing.
We'll get that single. Oh, what a start to this over as well. And the Indian Tigers have made a new template of scoring 1 6 and then following it up with another. And that's helping. Usually targeting the first 2 balls of the over as well, so that they can dictate terms in the flow of the game, especially in that phase thereafter. It's been a trailblazing kind of a start as well for the Indian Tigers. 109 for 1. It's been a while since we've seen a start of this kind, especially when the pitch was softer early on. That happens with positivity, Dan, and that also happens with extreme awareness and skill.
Well, I mean, they obviously had a game plan. Let's try and go hard, go early. And they've done that, and they've done it without much risk. It's been brilliant to watch, Suhas. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah. Read the length early. There was protection in the deep, though.
You're right about Saxon. He's a lovely player to watch, and he seems that he's been the troubleshooter. Okay, we need some quick runs. Against Ali the other day, 11 off 4, we got it. We needed to get a run a ball in the semi. He did that.
Superstar from Murabin Club. Am I saying it right? Murabin?
Murabin. It's okay. We'll forgive you. The people from Murabin may not, but I'll forgive you.
11 overs gone. It's all ones on the board. 111 for 1.
Nelson, as the great Grant O'Hara would say, and we send him our regards. He's flying hard because of the fact the match was put back. He couldn't change his flight, but it's been wonderful having the great man, former North's opening bat.
Is that a statistician's dream as well? 111 for 1 in 11 overs.
I think it is. Lord Nelson, great David
Come on,
Shepherd.
give us a hop here, Dan. Give us a hop.
I couldn't do that because I'd hurt my back. I'd be gone. Although David was
luckily commentary is a cushy job.
It is.
The captains decided to persist with Saad bin Tariq.
Would you bowl him out now? You probably have to, don't you? Just to rein it in a bit at this end.
I wonder what the plan is. If it's for Ahmed Nadeem, who has to target the leg side, then just like that he will. Oh, this is a good run. This was Saksham's call actually. And this is great communication between Nadeem and Patania. Remember, Nadeem's the one who's played the shot. Only he knows how hard he's played it. Despite the ball quickly getting to the fielder inside the circle, the single was possible. That is the level of Aussie Cricket League.
Be wonderful for the Indian Tigers if both teams got half centuries. We've seen Ian get 58 off 31. And third man is a little bit too square. That goes fine.
Thank you.
And it's an educated edge. More runs on the board. Intended shot by our friend Saxon Pathania. And he moves to 6 off 6. 1 for 115.
If the Tigers continue the attack this way, 200 would be on board. Sultans need to apply the brakes. I'm not sure that length is going to help in doing that, because Ahmed Nadeem thrives on it. What a way to bring up the half century for the captain come the grand finale.
Outstanding shot. We've seen so many of those played today. I mean, it's been the fact that they've got so much elevation. We saw Ian get caught in the deep, but he did hit a lot of sixes that cleared the fence on the onside, and Eamon's done the same thing.
That's much better from Saad bin Tariq in terms of the pace at which he bowled it to. Slightly wider from the hitting arc. The problem has been consistency here for the Pakistani Sultans. Way too often they've gifted an opposition with a poor delivery.
Thoroughly deserved his half century.
Oh yes, indeed, an innings under pressure, an innings of substance. Perhaps the only mistake he's made today is not flipping the coin so that it lands in his favour.
Yes.
122 for 1.
There are some captains that never won the toss. Richie Benno in the 1958-59 series against England.
Don't look that far. Rohit Sharma hasn't either.
Well, he lost the toss 4 times. Australia won the series 4-0. and it was a coin that Don Bradman gave him. He said, "Do you want to hang on to that coin, Richie?" He said, "No, thanks, Don. It hasn't helped me, has it?" He said, "But you haven't lost a match with it." He said, "Even though I haven't won a toss with it."
I believe they write H or T on either sides after Rohit calls, so that you can repeat H and T on both sides.
He batted well last night, Rohit Sharma. Here's Rayan Farouk.
Oh, well, that was an opportunity.
Oh.
And here's Rayan Farouk praying that the opportunity knocks once again. I think the opportunity did come to knock, but the door was left open.
Oh, and with a comfortable 1-2 in the covers. Should have been held. And then insults added to injury. Look at that. Oh.
Surely 6 hitting must be difficult. He's making it look so simple. Once again, reading the length and backing himself. Captain Nadeem gets the better of the bowler.
The cover fielder just wasn't expecting that, was he? I mean, it was not coming at a quick pace, I thought, from here either. The next ball goes for 6.
That's the plan. And that's huge. Back-to-back 6s. Amidst this onslaught, Farouk's got to find his confidence again.
I wouldn't say I was worried about the wicket, but I thought it might offer a bit to the bowlers, considering we had a lot of rain this morning and it wasn't covered, and Luke worked really hard to get it up to scratch, but still thought it might cause some issues. But the batters have made it look easy to bat on, haven't they?
Just get a feeling that he's going to try for another biggie in this over, because the change in angle has worked so far for Rayan Farouk, but if he's got to play with the mind of the bowler, Ahmed Nadeem might target him once again, and this time straighter.
There's Sohail Sadiq on our screen. He'd be very worried, the coach of Pakistan.
That's why he's sitting in a way that he cannot see the scorecard.
Maybe. He's also trying to stay out of the sun. It's a very hot, blazing sun. Look at me, I'm sweating. I apologise for that. I could sweat by... Well, I'm sitting still. I could sweat by standing still, of course.
Good attempt, but it's going to be a quiet single. One that'll make the captain retain strike. 13 overs later, 1-3-5 for 1.
And with the score, if it gets to 200, and it's on target to get to 200, it means that Pakistan have got to take risk after risk after risk. It'll be fascinating how they go about it. The skippers decide, I'm going to bring myself back on here, we're in trouble.
This is epitome of positive batting. Remember, cricketing knowledge will tell you if there's been a spell of rain, the wicket is soft, you win the toss, choose to bowl first.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the Pakistani Sultans did to extract their first half an hour magic that the usually pitch offers to the pace bowlers. They've been taken to the cleaners. The Tigers are 135 for 1, and that can happen only if you have a clear mind and a game plan.
Well, Ayman Nadeem, 58 off 31 was the aggressor. His brother, the skipper, Ayman Nadeem, just settled in nicely, and then he has gone on an explosion as well to get his team going.
Rafe is setting the field, but in between he was also requesting to reduce the music because clearly the music had more volume than Rafe to instruct the fielder at long on. Now third man drops back. He's come in. So the left-hander he'll be in. So the fine leg will be a conventional one. A lot of real estate on the leg side for a single. That's exactly why.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Wow, what a hit. I think Ahmed Nadeem is growing from strength to strength. But shots that mean business.
A chip over cover for 4. That's how I describe that. Attempted Yorker length ball that was slightly over pitched. What a brilliant cricket shot that is.
More headache for the captain, not because he's himself conceded that boundary, but because he's shifted to pace, and that's also disappearing for boundaries. All right, skipper to his counterpart.
Big battle, captain to captain.
Good slower delivery. You ask Rafe the best kind of slower delivery, he'll tell you one that the batter doesn't read.
Oh, there's a better one, isn't there? gets a wicket.
Yes. I think it's a byproduct of that. Not true?
Do you think maybe the next ball might be the one? But then again, he doesn't need to panic here. When you're 69 or 43 and your team's 1 for 139 in the 13th or the 14th, no reason to panic at all. It's happy days. Good song too. Happy days. And they're getting singles left, right and centre, aren't they? I mean, they might be hitting to the field, but
I think it's something very peculiar to Aussie Cricket League under 19 is that when you listen to commentary, you also know the jukebox of the commentators. Happy days.
Saxon Patania, he's been watching all the action at the non-strikers and hasn't faced a ball for a while. I've said a few times this week that if you're at the non-strikers in for a little while and you haven't faced the ball, sometimes it goes against you, but I don't think it would matter too much the way the Tigers are progressing currently.
Surely he's got to mix it up here. Saksham Patania missed this one. Abdul Rafi has a tendency to hurry the batters, Dan.
He does. Good bowler. He was bowling a lot quicker a couple of years ago. I think he might have been coming back from injury when they played up at Noosa, a lot of these young men.
When you say a couple of years ago and he still makes it to the under-19 side, it tells you how supremely talented he is.
They were in year 10, he and Rayan Farouk, who I caught the plane up with and back.
Makes room and manufactures the boundary. Oh,
Fancy
good stop.
Footwork though,
Good
great
stop.
effort, yep, great effort.
Good stop, swarms in, last moment, swoops in rather. Had a lot of ground to cover. I think he got there with belief. Ooh, didn't disturb the cushion.
I think so. They'll have a look at it maybe, but he belonged with Nottingham Forest in their great win over Manchester City the other night. That fancy footwork.
Aussie Cricket League under 19 is growing for sure. Now you can enjoy the Aussie Cricket League and its storytelling in different languages, English and Hindi, made possible for the grand finale. Oh, this one hurried the batter once again. And sometimes it does happen. Saksham Patania playing after a while because he was at the non-strikers and getting to view some brilliant batting. 1 for 1. Add a single to it. 142 for 1. Lovely.
So the projected score now will be 203. It would be a mighty effort by the Tigers to get 203. Mind you, from here, with the way they're going with 9 wickets in the shed, you'd think they're a massive chance unless there's a collapse. And even then, 170, 180, they wouldn't have thought that they'd probably get that, and that would have been a bonus at the start of the innings, and I'd take that any day of the week. But when you're 1 for 142, Suhas, you'd be disappointed if you didn't get to 200 from here.
The captain will be disappointed if he doesn't get to 100 from here.
Himself?
Yeah.
Yeah, 71 off 45. The only wicket, Ayan got 58 of 31, Ayan Nadeem, and he was explosive in the first 7 or 8 overs or so. Another spinner in. Amin Rahman in the attack from the northern end. The big issue has been is that they've allowed the batters off straight away. Another loosener, a full toss. Haven't been able to find their line and length or range straight away, the Sultans. Unlike, of course, the other day in that brutal display against the Lankan Lions. Everything went right.
Slowed it down, but what he didn't realize is that the batter still has enough time to put that away. Saksham Patania joins the party.
Now, if the bowling team haven't got through their 20 overs at 80 minutes, the umpires will say you've got to bring one fielder in. Look at
Height,
that.
yes. Distance, lot of it.
Yeah, went in the air for a long, long time. You're right, Suhas, but again, for a little man, he packs a serious punch. Those strong forearms, he got enough distance. It sails over the fence and ends up in the afternoon tea in one of the houses at the back.
Power and timing from Patania.
16 off 10, nice little cameo.
This time, all along the ground.
They just can't get their line right, the spinners today. And India can really improvise with their bowling, having a lot of runs to play with, the highest score of the tournament so far by a fair way as well. And we've still got 5 overs remaining after this. Attempting to slog sweep, but he can only hit it back to the bowler. A rare dot ball. Haven't had too many dot balls either. It'll be interesting to look at the summary of the innings at the end. And he kills it around the corner to Whitish. Fine leg for another run. Well batted by the skipper. 15 gone. 155 for 1. A few more drinks breaks with it being so hot. So current run rate 10.33, 5 overs left. They're electing to bring the pace bowlers back on. Muhammad Ali, who had a nightmare last over against the Indians on Thursday. Muhammad Ali Najibi. Of course, probably the greatest sportsman of all time is Muhammad Ali. Yes, he conceded 24 of that last over when they were likely to win that game. So he's starting his first over, the 16th over. Can he get on line? He bowls on the leg stump. Forced down to long on. And Ayman Nadeem, what an innings this has been. Ayman Nadeem was 58 of 31, the only player out so far for the Indian Tigers, sent into bat in the final. And Ayman Nadeem, the skipper's got 74 off 49. Equal highest score of the tournament, with Ray and Farouk will need to do something special from here when the Pakistan Sultans get to bat. And Saxon, who's been the little pocket dynamo, been the cameo king in this tournament as far as India are concerned. 17 from 11. Ali with him now. And once more he smashes across the line with power. But they're on the defence with their fielders. Saad on the boundary. They change a bit now for the left-handed Nadeem. They'll put a backward square in. They've got a mid-wicket in. Forward square on the onside. They've got deep cover. And they've got long off. And he tries a ramp shot. Not sure, it's hit the bat. Ali asked the question. Or did it get some bat? It did. It may have just got a little bit and ricocheted away on the offside. First shot he hasn't been able to execute after he took a couple of overs or 3 overs to get himself going, Eamon Nadeem, but 75 off 50. Bethania 18 off 12. The run rate still around 10. So there's a chance of getting 200 from here, but 158 is still a pretty good score. A few overs left after this. Ali, and that's wide of the off stub. He saw Saxon coming, and then he had to retreat because the ball was in the block hole, but just a bit wide. The idea was there, execution maybe not quite. 1 for 159. Just haven't got their line or length right. They dropped the sitter in the covers as well. Their fielding, no, not too bad. There's been a lot of sixes and boundaries of which they've had no chance of stopping, so you can't blame them for that. The bowling just let them down today, the Sultans. And a swing and a miss. If he had got onto that, might have gone on the top oval. Which myself and Luke, the curator, had a look today as maybe, I just emphasise maybe, an option for a replacement ground if we couldn't get the pitch right. Not me so much. I can't offer much, but Luke with his wonderful expertise. But, gee, that was wet. The outfield in particular. Synthetic surface up there. Full toss. Swung away through the onside for another run. Better over from Ali, not going the journey at this stage. 19 off 14 for Saxon Bethania, making a contribution in the final, like the Nadeems have. And Eamon Nadeem is 75 off 50. One ball remaining in the 16th over. And on the leg stump, noodled away behind square for one. They just walk through, knowing that Eamon Nadeem will keep the strike. Not that it would matter if Saxon had the strike, because he's seeing them like basketballs as well. Sent into bat by Pakistan. It's back 5 for the Sultans. Only 1 wicket. Eamon Nadeem for a brilliant 58 off 31. Tariq getting that wicket. After 16 overs, the Tigers 1 for 161. So 4 overs remaining. Still at 10 and over. Still a chance for 200, which they'd love to get with just 1 wicket down. Which if you said to them at the start, they would take that every day of the week. They'd probably take 160, which would put them right in the game. Electing to continue with the fast bowlers. And Khalif. None for 23 from 2. To Nadeem, who gets one outside the off stump, and it's called wide by the very thoughtful Ash Barrow. That was a wide delivery. Looking to swing from the bootlaces. Eamon Nadeem might have been one there, but the ball did misbehave because of the pitch. Ash, who's a groundsman himself, did say it might pop. Flat bats down the ground. Just for 1. First ball of the 17th over. 163 for 1, or 1 for 163. What a time to put together a captain's knock for Eamon Nadeem. Nadeem as well. The Nadeem family having a great day. Got 58, a wonderful opening partnership which has set up a big score here. Saxon on strike now. And gets a Yorker length ball that he digs out into the covers. And even looking at Ray and Farouk there, he didn't really move quickly. He's happy to concede the run. On Thursday, they were running after everything feverishly. But that was a good delivery by the big fella, Hasnain Raza Khalif. He's going around the wicket to the left-hander. Who gets a short one. It's called a no ball. Hit him in the helmet. He's okay, I think. And it's also the first free hit. They haven't given away a lot of extras, the Sultans. That's been one positive of their bowling, but gee, they've given away a lot of sixes and boundaries. That took off a bit. And maybe seeing a couple of balls behave like that, it could be the Pakistanis that get the rough end of the pineapple with the wicket as it's whacked down the ground again. Long off and long on converge. They only get one from the free hit. But Grant, if you're watching, before you board your plane, and he talked a lot about it, Grant O'Hara. Great to have him part of our commentary on Set Sports, of which you can also hear the Hindi version as well, in Hindi language as well as English. If you're sick of me, that players were experimenting too much with the free hits. But that was an easy run there for Nadeem. Here's Saxon, who tries to swing across the line. Not sure how much bat he got on that, but it's another run. It was no bat. It was a leg by. Flicked away, the fielder's deep on the onside, and they're just happy for singles at the moment. I know this heat is sapping, but there just seems to be a lack of creativity, a lack of intensity in the field. He took the pace off the shot and playing that out to mid-wicket on the onside, Nadeem. And just one run on the board. Changing the angle again for the right-hander. He's on the move. And he drags across the line for another run. 21 off 17. It's been an impressive innings. 17 gone. And it's 1 for 169. So for the first time the run rate's under 10, but only just. Still, it's a pretty good score, as you can see overhead. Another sunny day, another hot day. Hit that shower, that's Melbourne though. And 11 mils of it fell on this ground. The Barry Powell Reserve, home of the Lindale Cricket and Football Club. And it wasn't covered. So, Abdul Rafi will bowl his final over. Saxon on 21 with Eamon Nadeem on 79 off 55. Saxon 21 off 17. So just under 200 now, the projected score for the first time in a while. And that's good bowling. He followed Saxon, who had come across his stumps, looking to work through the onside. And it was a Yorker length ball. That's good bowling by the skipper. A dot ball which they need many more of in the remaining overs. Yes, a very good tournament by the Indians with their spinners in the Champions Trophy. Good to see Rohit Sharma get some runs. Virat Kohli at this stage of his career is going to be a bit inconsistent. Kane Williamson missed out last night. Rafe again, and he's on the advance as he drives down the ground. Just for one. Got it in the block hole. Followed it nicely. And crashed it through the offside. What a terrific performance again by Saxon. Contributing valuable runs at valuable times in important matches. The young man from Moorabbin in the southern suburbs, near where the St Kilda Football Club is based in the AFL. 22 off 19. Rafe in again. The ramp shot. He might be caught though. He is caught. He didn't get it fine enough. He got it a bit square. And a great innings comes to an end. Ayman Nadeem is out for 79 off 55. The skipper of Pakistan picks up the wicket of the skipper of India. And they lose their second wicket at 170. And the highest score ever, thanks to Harry, who's got all the stats at his fingertips. He's done an outstanding job to get the final up today as well. I saw him earlier today and he had a furrowed brow. He's just told me this is the highest score of anyone in an under-19 ACL match. And it's been made by the skipper of the Indian Tigers, 79 from Nadeem. Ayman Nadeem. Just in the end, he didn't get it fine enough for the ramp shot. So in the 18th over, 2 for 173. Adisha, who also was important in that comeback win on Thursday against Pakistan, is the new man in. Late in the innings, gets a short one that is called a wide. It wasn't a bad bouncer, just going down the leg side. Another run, another ball. 2 for 171. So the two openers, 58 from Ayman Nadeem, 79 Ayman Nadeem, setting up their team India. May not get to 200 now, but gee, they've got a darn good score at the moment. Rafe, and he's gone for the big one. Underneath it he got, and got plenty of it, which is what he needed to do. He has clubbed that over long on for 6. What a shot. When I say he got underneath it, that's what he had to do, a length ball. And he's had, one-sider. And he's put it away for 6. Yet another 6. 2 for 177. Swing and a miss. Peel for a catch behind. Abdul Rafe was interested. Thought he heard something. Again, didn't move his feet. Zamberg hasn't had a lot to do in regard to taking balls from swings and misses behind the stumps because the Indian Tigers have connected to so many today. But took that cleanly. This is the coverage of the ACL Under-19 Grand Final for 2025 from the Lindale Cricket Club. You hear it in Hindi language and also English. Here's Rafe again, slow one, and trying to whack through the onside and missing. And a bit disappointed with himself, Adisha. So it's 2 for 177 with two overs remaining. And an explosive start by Ayman Nadeem, 58 off 31. And then a brilliant innings, a controlled innings by the skipper, the highest ever in an under-19 tournament. Ayman Nadeem, 79, has set up a big score here for the Indian Tigers in their quest to win the title against the Pakistan Sultans. 2 overs left. And Saxon, Pathania. To face the start of the 19th over. It's going to be a change in the bowling. And when I say a change, there was going to be a change, but they've changed again at the last minute. Afzal Sadiq was going to bowl to open the attack, and he's thrown the ball to Khalif. And he didn't move his feet. It was wide of the off stump. And he was looking to maybe inside out that through the offside. The outfield very, very quick with all the sun baking on it after the rain early this morning. 2 for 177, a dot ball. 11 balls left in the innings. Saxon doesn't quite get it, but on the bounce. Gee, I wonder if the fielder down there in the deep, that long off, could have maybe lunged forward, or he didn't get as much of that as he would have liked. Rafe. And a bounce to it. 23 off 21 for Saxon, 2 for 178. Brings Adisha on strike. And he goes long and high and slams this straight down the throat of a fielder at deep mid-wicket. Thought he got a bit more of it, but on that occasion a little bit higher than distance. And the Pakistanis get their third wicket as India keep hitting out. Why not when you're 2 for 178? Now 3 for 178, and Adisha departs for 6. So they've done okay to rein it in. I don't think they'll get to 200 now. 9 balls left. They need 22, but gee, a score of around 180, 190, which they should get. They'll certainly get 180. 190 is a very, very good score, and a very good score in any T20 game, whether it be an international or a domestic. The IPL, even 178's a good score. This is flicked away. A run straight away for the new batter just behind square. 3 for 179 now. Brings Saxon on strike. What a lovely innings he's played. 23 off 21. Khalif gets his first wicket. And he gets a top edge here. Should be caught. It is caught at third man by Saad. He's disappointed with himself. Saxon, 2 wickets in the 1 over. Dippersan's come in and got 1 off 1. And Saxon departs. It's 4 for 179. A little bit of a mini collapse, but they've still got a very good score on the board, the Indian Tigers. Again doing his job, Saxon. Knowing that the Nadeems, Ian, early days before Saxon came in, had set it up with 58 and then was involved in a good partnership with Eamon. And again, got a score, 23. Saad taking that catch. Khalif's second wicket in the over. And 4 for 179. 1 ball remaining. Ranbir Singh, he loves to knock it around. We've said that a few times. He's got a few red inks in this tournament. Gives himself room, bowled. Well, not playing the way he normally plays. As I say, he knocks it around, he squirts it around, he darts it around, but he was looking to give himself room, and a lovely straight one by Khalif, who's finished the over nicely. 3 for 32. 3 wickets from 4 balls. And they've collapsed to 5 for 179, but it's still a very, very good score. It was an interesting move there by Ranveer Singh. I mean, why change the way you play when your team's in such a strong position? As we get a look at and they're a little bit unsure about who's going in next. Felix Howard, I saw his mother the other day, who's seen every game he's played in this tournament, and she's delighted that he's been invited and got involved and playing a role as the wicket keeper. I think he's the next man coming in. Wasn't quite ready because they've lost 3 wickets in the 1 over. Now, Fazal, that was in the end a good move by Rafi at the last minute not to bowl Fazal from that northern end and bowl Khalif, who took 3 wickets, and put Afzal down at the southern end. They haven't really used their spinners today, and when they have, they've been belted around the park. The Sultans, straight away, having a swing outside the off stump, but not really connecting. Dipasan KC. And so the score, unless they get some sixes here, remembering they did score 24 off Pakistan to win the game the other day. India will fall short of 200, but it's still a big score. He looks to get a little bit of bat on that, and does. In fact, no bat, it's a leg by, looking to swing, and it just hit the top of the pad of Dipasan KC, and then there was an attempted run out by Zamberg, but they make their ground. He was going to the danger end, which was the striker's end, as you can see on the replay there. The new batter, Felix Howard, but he makes his ground. Showing good spirit, the Sultans, to rein this in a bit, but the damage was done early days. It's going to be a massive effort if they're to get it. Run rate will be around 9 and over. And Howard swinging as he came across his stumps. Afzal Sadiq, good bowling, followed him, and he misses. So that might be the only slight disappointment after a great start, is that in the last couple of overs they haven't been able to score as many runs as they would like, the Indians. I keep harping back though to the fact that they've set it up with a big, big score. Afzal Sadiq, Howard across the line, gets a run into the onside, swinging hard to mid-wicket. 5 for 181. So 2 balls remaining. Projected score 184. If they could get a boundary, it'd be nice. High score of the tournament this year team-wise. And Ayman Nadeem's made the highest ever score in an under-19 tournament individually. That's a nice slog sweep. Again, they could have flung at the stumps, the Sultans. They ran straight away. Dipasan KC with his second run from the bat. 1 ball to go. Big score for the Tigers to defend with their plethora of spinners who've had a huge influence on the tournament. Fazal swinging Howard. He misses. Not taken cleanly by Zamberg. And they get a run. So it was restricted slightly in the last couple of overs. Helps to get wickets, which Khalif did. 3 wickets in the previous over in 4 balls, but they finish after 20 overs with a massive score. One stage it could have been over 200, so the positives that the Sultans can take out of it is they didn't get 200, but they still get a monster score of 5 for 183. Target 184 for the Pakistan Sultans to win the title. But what a performance that was by Indian Tigers. Ayan Naseem, 58 off 31. Ayman Nadeem, 79. And a useful 23 from Saxon. Let's have a look at the match summary. with 184 required, and they just didn't quite get the bowling right. The spinners in particular took some tap. So Eamon Nadeem 79 off 56, 7 sixes, 2 fours. Ian Nadeem 6 fours, 3 sixes in his 58, and one of each for Saxon in his 23. But a great score, and just 14 extras, so they didn't bowl too badly in regard to giving away extras, but a lot of sixes. 12 in total and 9 fours. So they didn't quite get it in the right spot, the Sultans, but the last 2 or 3 overs they were able to restrict the influence. The bowling, Afzal Sadiq done for 14, had 10 dots. Abdul Rafa 1 for 30, 3 for 32, 3 wickets in 1 over for Khalif. So there was 10, 12, 22, 23, 28, 32, 34 dot balls. Tariq 1 for 21 from his 3 overs, bowled okay. None for 21 for Aham Farouk, very expensive. 2 overs, none for 28 for another spinner, Rayan Farouk, and they're all generally pretty expensive. So 184 is the target for the Pakistan Sultans to win the ACL Under-19 tournament for 2025, and we'll come back very shortly after we tell you about the partnerships. 92 for the first wicket between Eamon Nadeem and also Ian Nadeem, best opening partnership of the tournament. Then Eamon Nadeem got the highest individual score of 79, great partnership with Saxon, and then after that they were just going for quick runs, knowing that those two had built the foundation, or those three built the foundation of this massive total of 5 for 183. One stage we thought it might be 200, but you take 183 any day of the week. So 184 to win the tournament for Pakistan. India in the box seat after a great batting performance have set the Pakistan Sultans 184 in 20 overs. Back with the run chase shortly. So 184 is required for Pakistan to win. And straight away, the man who's made a lot of runs in the tournament nearly gets run out. Rayan Farouk. First ball he plays into the offside from Payush. And the return was good and he gets home, but it didn't hit the stumps, which is also a good thing from Saxon as far as Pakistan are concerned. And they've got Harrison Zamberg to open the batting, the wicket-keeper, changing the order around with Muhammad Talal has been good in the tournament so far, having to go home because of school duties, back to Sydney. And an outside edge straight away will be picked up just inside the boundary. They come back for a couple as it rolled past the man inside the circle at third man. So the highlight of the 183, they did lose 3 wickets in the 19th over, but the damage had already been done for the Indian Tigers. Ayyan Nadeem and Ayman Nadeem put on nearly 100 for the opening wicket. Ayyan made 58 and Ayman the captain, the highest score ever individually, 79 in the under-19 tournament. 23 from Saxon was handy as well. Khalif 3 wickets in 1 over. A lot resting on the shoulders of Rayan Farouk. Missed out once so far in the tournament. That was in the semis when they were chasing that low score against the Lincoln Lions. Again takes the outside edge. Good return again. But Howard wasn't able to take it cleanly. And Rayan Farouk is home. None for 4. Here's a key. 74 not out in the first game. 65 on that very hot day. Remembering a lot of these young men are obeying Ramadan at the moment. Very hot day today to complete the tournament. Dropped away into the offside. They've just got to go as much as they can. The return's a ripper. It's hit the stumps. They're going upstairs. I think Zamberg thinks he might be gone. He's not even worrying about it. Great return. The Indians on fire. As Suhas has rejoined me.
That would be an easy single. He's done the basics right here by dragging the bat, but that might not be enough. He tried to slide the bat rather, but that's not enough. Had to be quicker off the blocks.
We'll get a look at it side on here.
Ooh, this might be an in-between kind of a frame story. Completely up to the discretion of the third umpire. If you take cues from the shadow, I think he is in trouble. But what does the third umpire say?
Is the bat completely grounded?
That's why we're taking cues from the shadow here. And he's gone.
Yeah, he has gone. Well, he was on his way and then he stopped and then he thought, no, I'm right. And now he's gone.
Harrison Zandberg, not the way that you'd want to get out in a grand finale. Few inches less than the distance to be covered, and that is the margin when you play Aussie Cricket League under 19. Sultans lose their first. 4 for 1.
They've also lost, of course, Muhammad Talal Suhas, which is a big loss, as I mentioned.
Right, not his services available today.
No. Got to remember.
He's in Sydney.
Yeah. In the schoolroom, classroom.
So Labor Day is holiday.
What's it? Public holiday here.
Right.
Nowhere else.
Nowhere else?
Nowhere else, no. WA have theirs last week. New South Wales have their Labor Day, the first Monday in October.
So you've got to coordinate the Labor Days.
All over the place. Yeah.
You've got to coordinate.
Payush. And it goes down the leg side.
So that means the change becomes a forced change for Pakistan.
Correct.
Pakistani Sultans.
And
Piyush Pemaraju has provided some good starts and wickets early on. That will be expected of him today as well. And a better line for starters.
The Sultan spinners didn't quite get it right today. It'll be interesting how the Tiger spinners go. They've been outstanding in this tournament. Last ball, the first over.
A watchful start suddenly. 5 for 1.
At the start of their innings, if the Tigers had have said, we'll make 183, you'd take that every day of the week, wouldn't you? I said earlier that 183 in any T20 match is a pretty good score, isn't it?
100%. But it looked like 200 plus at one stage.
Did.
So the Sultans would be mighty pleased with the fact that they were able to pull Indian Tigers back, but not completely tame them, because 183, as Dan said, is a total good enough on most days. Very surprised that despite what the track and the story had to be with the spell of rain and the delayed start, batting seemed very easy on that surface when the Indian batters were there.
There were a few divots, speaking to John, one of the umpires, at this end that they had to do a little bit of repair work for, and he said when Ali came in he was causing some issues, but he's okay. And this is Saini, who missed the semi-final on Friday as he had a junior grand final over in the western suburbs of Melbourne, my neck of the woods at the moment. He's back in today.
So he's got some experience of playing the final. The nearest. Now, having said that, that and the ACL, completely different beasts.
That's a
Slapped
beautiful
away.
shot.
That is the kind of intent you'd want to see from Rayan Farouk.
Oh,
Waits for the right delivery, picks the bones out of it.
yes, a little bit short. Class act, this man. Has played some first 11 cricket for St Kilda, who finished the home and away season on top in Premier Cricket, one of the strongest clubs in the comp. So we know he can play.
Losing his rhythm. Namish Saini gets a game today. Namish. The captain assists the pitch, and Ayman said we are going to go in with an extra pacer today. So that means Namish, who was in USA for a long time, played a little bit of cricket there. Before that, of course, hails from Noida, near Delhi. Oh, that is terrific. Captain Nadeem doesn't put down anything. Namish Saini has got the last laugh here. And he's also vindified the decision of the skipper to have picked him. Provides the early wicket. I'm afraid that's the end of Rayan Farouk, someone who was tainted to be a hero today.
Well, he needed to be a hero. He needed to get on with it too, didn't he? I mean, just on that occasion, he didn't quite pick the He didn't quite pick the right delivery, and he picked the opposition out. That's what I'm trying to say. And I reckon he got beaten by flight as well.
That came rather quickly to the skipper.
Yeah.
Have a look at the release once again. You could sense that it was an effort ball, and Farouk's flash in the pan has come to an end. The one who had to lead the fight back, Farouk, departs as he gifts one to the opposition skipper, and that brings Afzal to the middle. And Afzal, under pressure, right away. Can he perform in the biggest of days? On the biggest of days, usually Afzal delivers. It's all about calm nerves, Dan.
He only knows one way, and that is to hit over the infield. And of course, there's only 2 allowed out in the first 6 overs in the power play, Suhas. So that'll be his aim. But then again, they've already lost 2 early wickets. So
it'll be 4 overs. T20.
4 overs, of course. Only 2 allowed out in 6.
Watches it go, and rightfully so. No need to go after it. That was interest earned.
Now the coach, speaking to him quite a bit, loves Nimish Sani and was rapt to have him back in the team today.
Horses for courses is what I think the approach has been for the Indian Tigers throughout the tournament. The conditions offered more assistance to pace, he thought. And Amish has done well after being hit away for 6. I think that shows great character, the way he's come back. And very soon, this man who's checking out the surface might be seen with the ball in hand. Aditya.
Yes, looking forward to seeing all their spinners bowl. We saw Krit Darji take 5 in the semi. We saw Avari in the match against Pakistan pick up 4.
He's played down the wrong line there, Afzal Sadiq. But it's once again wonderful intent to have gone for a big shot when he's searching for the first run. For the first time in 2 games, Pakistani Sultans under pressure. They coasted past the Lankan Lions in the semi-final.
Only 14 extras too, Suhas. So that wasn't the issue with the ball for the Pakistan Sultans. It was a number of 4s and 6s that they unfortunately conceded, with Ayman Nadeem making the highest individual score in an under-19 ACL tournament so far, the skipper of 79.
Some shots give confidence and not runs. This was one such. 2 overs gone. Successful over for the Indian Tigers, 13 for 2.
Target 184. So a lot of work for the Pakistan Sultans to do. And Talar, as we mentioned, a big loss, but at the end of the day, absence breeds opportunity in sport, no matter what level it is. And here's Payush again, who's had a good tournament. I love Ash Barrow, the way that he's very thoughtful about those offside wides. He waited a bit and then thought, yeah, I think so. It swung away late. It was line ball though.
This is going to be an innings that will show Max Heffenen's character and the ability to absorb pressure. Oh, Yorker swinging! The 3 stumps were visible, so an easy decision for the umpire. So he said no immediately. That'll hurt him a little more than expected, the batter.
And he slipped on the crease. Now, this is the end where they had to do running repairs early in India's innings with the bat, where they think it's slightly more softer at the southern end where Heffenen's facing.
In hindsight, that wasn't a bad shot at all.
They get a nice single there. Just got to keep rotating the strike with the left-handed, right-handed combination in at the moment.
And that's exactly why we mentioned it's worth another look. Yeah, the way it pitched was outside.
And you're right, he had moved across to the leg side.
Those are the little cues that Piyush Pemmaraju needs to keep in mind. He's got the pace, he's got the swing. He's got some good ingredients to trouble the batter. Sadiq still in search of his first run. That's a shot of a man in great form. Will get the single. Afzal started to tick.
He deserved more than that with the way he hit that. A length ball, he got underneath it.
One of the biggest challenges for a bigger innings, for especially batters who are hitting down on the ground, has been the outfield. Not this time.
Beautiful shot.
Max Heffernan has hit one for the photographers.
Again, those left-handers, no matter what level of cricket they are, just love the off drives and on drives. And Ranbir Singh was up in the circle. It was hit too straight for him to be able to cover that off.
There's something demoralizing about a ball that goes quicker past you as a fast bowler than you bowled it. Piyush Pimaraju's got to come out of that. He's changed the angle of attack for starters, but Max Heffernan is now looking to create room if needed.
2 for 20.
Went at it with hard hands. Still that single is possible. There are some fielders who are not throwing the ball back, who are spinning the ball just like this to indicate to the captain they exist too.
Marvellous batting display by the Indian Tigers, especially by Ayman Nadeem, 58. Ayman Nadeem, 79.
Big swing and a miss, and a hint of swing from Piyush as well. What a battle. 21 for 2.
What did you like most about the Champions Trophy? I mean, good to see Ravit get some runs. Spinners bowl well again, as you said.
If you look at the Indian Tigers and the Indian side in the last 24 hours, it's the captain who scored 70 odd.
Correct. And the spinners.
What I loved about is that Indian win was the fact that, yes, as expected, spinners were the architects of it, but the naysayers had to shut down completely. They had to shut shop and go back.
Correct.
The biggest naysayers were the ones who said India didn't travel at all. They played all their games in one venue, and that allowed them to not have the fatigue of travelling. I think they need to look slightly into the past where India travelled the most. Oh, there was an edge. It's a dream delivery. Nameesh Saini has produced another wicket, and this one has been the best out of the two.
Well, I don't think Max Heffernan can do much about that. That just squared him up and then left him. Let's have a look at it. That was a Jaffa. Oh, bit of a feather, but enough of a feather. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're good enough to get an edge to that, you're in pretty good form, I would have thought.
Eat your heart out, Ryan Harris. We've got Nameesh Saini in Aussie Cricket League under 19. What a delivery. I think that is what you call a peach.
Yes.
Nameesh Saini getting rid of the left-handers here.
What's better, a peach or a Jaffa? A Jaffa's nicer to eat. I mean, I don't mind peaches. Jaffa's a sweeter.
Yeah, indeed.
2 for 8. Great performance from Nameesh Saini.
As you mentioned, Dan, there's nothing that he could do about it. The movement was so late off the ball. Comes so close to the crease, the bat was hanging. Just a feather, and that is enough. A good catch by Felix.
I reckon he played for the swing, but it was just too good for him.
Outstanding. We're back live. Oh, no ball. And this will have repercussions. The free hit. Umer Farooq couldn't have asked for a better boon than a free hit.
Yes, had a
To get his
disappointing over with the ball earlier today. It's probably where the Nadeem's got going. Took him to the cleaners. He's one over, costing more than 20.
you look at that action of his, the way he brings his hand in front of the umpire's hat. He's almost obscuring or bringing the umpire into the vision of the batter. Easy pickings and put away. Umer Farooq starts the proceedings for him.
That's the way you should deal with free hits. Guiding it beautifully behind square on the onside. It's interesting too, Suhas, watching Namish. He's like Bumrah at the start, the way he holds the ball in two hands at the very start of his run-up. Now, his run-up's a bit longer than Bumrah's, every fast bowler's is. We get a look at this here now.
Oh, well picked up, Dan.
Just hasn't got into his timing yet. Afzal, Afzal, I should say, played across the line there. And nor is Umair with that one either. So well behind the 8 ball at the moment, the Sultans.
Oh, this could be trouble. Directed, he was a corner. And from that angle, he had 2 sets of stumps to aim at.
He was ball watching. See if we can get a good look at what he was doing here, Afzal Sadiq.
I'm very surprised by the keeper, by the fielder is here. Now, he had 1 set of stumps there to aim at, and then this.
And
why wasn't the keeper up to the stumps?
He was still halfway down the wicket when the return came in. And you're right, Felix Howard has done a good job as the wicket keeper. Should have been up at the stumps. He'll learn from that. But what was he doing?
Oh, wow. This is stylish and much needed. Afzal Sadiq gets his first boundary.
That's the Afzal Sadiq that we know. Very good at hitting out and getting valuable runs, getting quick runs. And that's better, getting a leg side delivery that he was able to put away, and put away beautifully. They need more of that. In fact, a lot more of that. But that'll help.
Every time he's straight down the leg side, he's paid the price for it there, Namish.
Still got 2 wickets though. It's been a very good start.
Yeah, the left-handers have been removed by him. The openers have been effaced by him. Painted it with very hard hands. Not reading the pace on it. The lack of it is what troubled Afzal Sadiq.
That could have gone straight in the air and been taken a deep backward square, but also if he could have hit with the wind there, he might have cleared deep cover, but nothing happened.
Despite the 2 boundaries, a wicket fell in that over and a big one. 4 overs gone, 31 for 3.
So they need 153 runs in 96 deliveries. Run rate required at 9.56. There we are. The good-looking man on the right is Suhas. The man with the good head for radio on the left is Dan Lonergan. You happy with that?
The people watching, screen right, it was you. So the good-looking man becomes you.
No. Well, I'm right then. And you are the good-looking man. I most certainly am not.
You put the right indicator and turn left here.
You see me drive? Terrible.
A gentle nudge and the outfield will assist in that region to send the ball for 4. Piyush Pemaraju is providing pace. Farooq is providing the placement. It's working well. So deliberate and so accurate, the batter. Exactly where he wanted to send it.
Hine off 5 now. 2 boundaries, Amir Farooq.
Poor delivery. Piyush Pemaraju as well. The bug of wide deliveries has started to bite him too. 5 runs on the first ball now. That's the way Piyush Pemaraju would be calculating.
They got through their 20 overs in 90 minutes, which wasn't a bad effort. There are a lot of 6s and 4s hit. speaking to the umpire, John. Another swing and a miss. And he was sort of on the move a little bit then. Didn't keep his stance or didn't keep his head straight either. Umair Farouk, 3 for 36 in the fifth.
This surface has behaved very differently from what we were expecting it to, Dan.
I think it's going quite well of what I can see.
Oh, I said that for the better. It's behaved better. I thought it would be a minefield for the batters, especially early on in the innings. Wasn't the case. And then we were talking about extracting the spongy bounce. Grant and I were talking about that.
Again, he tried to hit that out of the ground and missed it.
Afzal's got to try his level best here with the required race touch 10 and beyond. So someone has to take the initiative and not leave too late. Afzal Sadiq has been sent in at number 3 to ruffle some feathers. 9.4 now, the required rate. But look at it jump with just one more dot ball.
Lovely line and length by Payush, doing a terrific job outside that off stump with the stacked offside field.
This should be taken. This could be catch practice. Piyush Pemmaraju comes back with a wicket, and Afzal Sadiq's stay in the grand finale has come to an end.
Ranbir Singh in the action. He missed out with the bat. Mind you, he only had a couple of balls really to get himself moving. But that's a good catch. Took it comfortably. So they're in real trouble now, the Sultans. They're not just behind the 8 ball, they're behind the 32 ball. 8 times 4. Long way behind it, 4 for 37 near the end of the 5th over.
Dear, oh dear, the man who had to provide the resistance is walking back, shaking his head in disbelief. I thought the shot was not on.
No.
Him dancing down the track, rather walking down the track like that. I thought he would have been better served staying put and holding his shape, because that's the style that has worked for him so far. Very Hardik Pandya-like. The Sultans are struggling at 37 for 4. Clearly the Tigers are ahead.
Do you think, was the understatement of the century by Suhas, that the Tigers are ahead?
Way
that
ahead.
far ahead. If it's a 2-horse race, the Sultans haven't left the gate, and the Indian Tigers are about to cross the finishing line in the Melbourne Cup, which is 3,200 metres long. They're a lap and a half in front. They're in front. Oh, you're a funny man. We love you, though. Oh!
How did Felix miss it, is the question from Piyush. That swung that had some venom.
He managed to find the outside edge, and it just went through the fingers of the diving Felix Howard, who had made the movement, realising that it was going towards first slip, but he couldn't hang on. It was travelling because it finds the boundary. And the skipper Rafi survives first ball for Pakistan. They need a captain's knock here, like India got from Ayman Nadeem, the highest score individually in a under-19 ACL T20 tournament of 79. We can't forget Ayman Nadeem in a partnership of 96 for the first wicket. He belted 58 of 31.
Brothers of Destruction. Kane and Undertaker, and then the Nadeems.
Good name for a band, Brothers of Destruction. It's not a name of a band that I'm aware of, but Brothers of Destruction is nice. Here's the captain. Oh, inside edge. Nearly played on. Ayman Nadeem, they can smell this. Suhas, they can feel the trophy, which is a big one. 4 for 42.
Can we have the trophy shot, please, sir?
Root moves to 11. Playing across the line, Rafai, but again, a lack of intent. There were 2 runs in that, I reckon, and Umar Farouk just stood there. I know his captain was keen for a second, put a bit of pressure on the fielders in the deep. They didn't take it. They've got to be better than that. So far behind. Another wide.
Captain Nadeem would be high on confidence after that innings, the bat in hand.
He batted well.
Let's it go.
That nipped back a little bit, didn't it?
He's got a lovely action as well, Nadeem. And a very tall lad, so this one jagged back in a little.
Yes.
There is some movement after pitching. Surprised because I thought he didn't give that flick from the wrist. Still is able to achieve that, not in control. Catch practice for Rajmeer.
Terrible shot. Low percentage shot. Ball wasn't short enough. And you're right, Ranbir Singh is a very good fielder, doing his job. You don't have to make runs every time in a T20 match, but if you do your job in the field, which Ranbir is doing, you are contributing. And he is.
Correction, Ranbir. He's got some simple catches today. And he's gobbled them up.
So 5 for 44 in the 6th over. And here's Sultan Saeed, the new batter. And Ayman Nadeem getting a step closer to being named player of the final with his 79 and already a wicket. And he's opening over.
Let's this one go.
They're bowling to their field, and they have right throughout. In this small sample we've seen from the Indians. Backward point, deep cover, short cover. Ranbir Singh, the man who's taken the last 2 catches. Mid off, mid on. Short straight, mid wicket. Deep forward square. Squarish fine leg. Oh, he almost, well, he does hit his captain. That was thrown pretty hard from mid on, but he's okay. The skipper. And it's 5 for 44 after 6. The run rate required 10. The current run rate 7.33.
And remember, ACL Under 19 can be enjoyed in English commentary and of course with Hindi commentary as well. And Sumit Kumar Mishra, all the way from India, is providing you some wonderful Hindi commentary for the grand finale of ACL Under 19. That's how we at Set Sports promise you bigger and better coverage every time. A multilingual coverage for this multicultural tournament. Talk about diversity.
Absolutely fantastic. Excuse my ignorance, you work with him, do you?
Yes, I do.
Over in India doing the Hindi coverage? Because you do the cricket in a number of different languages, don't you?
Yes, I do. And I've been alongside him while I've done English commentary and he's done Hindi commentary as well. We have that mix as well in India. In the air for a brief moment, but we'll land safely.
Avari in the attack. He was the man that came in the semi when they decided to give players a go in that truncated game and has kept his spot because he took a wicket his first, second, third and fourth over. Finished with 4 for 12.
Indeed, player of the match in one of the games.
This is hit high. Should be another catch. Catching practice galore. And he topped it straight to long on, and Neville Avari's in the action again.
Didn't take long for Neville Avari to stamp his authority on this game. Second delivery picks up a wicket. That's a very good catch.
They seem shot mentally, the Sultans. And Sultan Syed departs for a duck. 6 for 45. He got underneath it a bit too much, and their fielding has been really good. Their catching has been excellent as well. Not hard catches, Suhas, but they've still got to take them.
Very surprised by the shot selection as well here. Yes, they have to go after the bowling, but you got to also look at what the ball is. Look at the bowler too a little. Just before you even understand him, you want to put him under pressure. Required rate is 10. The catch-up cricket for the Sultans continues. I'm very surprised by the approach as well here by Pakistani Sultans. When they lose a couple of wickets, why do they have to commit harakiri? Sultans are now at the receiving end of what happened in the semi-final when they were featuring in one.
We're hoping for a tight final. We've had a dramatic day, of course. There was some rain overnight. In fact, the heaviest amount of rain seemed to fall here on this ground. Barry Power Reserve, the home of the Lindale Cricket and Football Clubs. And the ground was not covered. Certainly the wicket area was not covered. And Luke did a great job to get the wicket ready. Finals meant to start at 12 local time, started at 4:30 local time. And then the Indians batted like it was a wicket that hadn't had any rain for months.
Oh, well.
A rare fielding error.
Off the mark, Amanur Rahman.
And a lot of pressure on Abdul Rafi, the skipper. And he had 139 in 82 balls. 6 for 45 in the 7th.
That was shot and had to be put away. Invitation accepted by Amanur Rahman. Oh, in fact, it was Rafi. Correction.
Yeah, beautiful shot. Just dragging down the leg side of Ari. Not quite getting his line right there. It's a lot of overs to go, but from here where it's looking virtually impossible for the Sultans to win, I think the key is to see if they can get through their overs, even though they'll be getting a bit late. He tried the inside out, down on one knee cover drive, but clever bowling by Avari, just tossed it outside the off stump and he didn't quite get his foot to the pitch. Rafi. He's got 1 for 8 from his opening over. So the run rate's over 10 and over. Required, that is, 10.15. Current run rate at 7.43. The skipper to continue. And he'll bowl to the left-hander, Arman ur Rahman, as we look at the balcony. And all the officials, committee men and women, beaten outside the off stump, keeping an eye on proceedings late on this Labor Day holiday in Melbourne. Been a scorcher, even though we had some rain this morning, but it is Melbourne, remember. And it was, predicted 1% of rainfall predicted today, and a lot of it happened here in an hour, if not less than that. Squeezed away for the second run for Arman ur Rahman. In the 8th over. 6 for 53. And Ayman Nadeem with the fine figures of 1 for 4. Having a terrific match, leading from the front, which is what you want your captain to do in a final. Just aiming on the leg stump. And Abdul Rafi looking quite comfortable out there. Is that a no ball? It's a leg by. He didn't actually get any bat on that. And a free hit. Since Grant mentioned this a few days ago, Suhas, I think the batters
We've seen
have been better with their shot selection off the free hit.
one free hit has disappeared for 4 today
Yeah.
in this innings.
He's going around the wicket. And he made a meal of that as he was looking to sort of lap it. And it gets caught in his clothing.
Yeah, from where it pitched. Oh, well. I think the ball got stuck. Yeah, the ball got stuck in the grill.
In the grill.
Yes, it did.
Yorker length ball. It's beautiful bowling, isn't it? Going around the wicket to the left-hander, spearing it in, making it hard for him to get underneath it and try and pick some gaps here. Launch over the infield on the offside or slap it leg side.
Can't get that single. Very surprised that he wanted to play for a single in an over that's costed just 2 runs.
And now the game's slipping away, but to me, Suhas, they're not sort of playing with the intent or the intensity that they need to. They've got a lot of wickets left, just 4, but
For the kind of tournament that Sultans have had, it's very surprising that it's becoming a meek surrender. You want to see a fight back. Can Rahman provide that? Can Rafe provide that? Can Rafe ruffle some feathers here?
and when you've got a coach like Sahel Sadiq, who is as competitive as they come, he'd be wanting them to play it right out and take it right up to the Tigers.
100%. 8 overs gone, 56 for 6.
Harry having a chat with Rodney, who's long-time secretary of the Lindale Cricket Club. He's done a great job to help us out right throughout the entire week, and we thank all the officials and volunteers. You need volunteers at local cricket clubs who've been down here every day.
And a big thank you to Deepu, who's been the camera person following the ball along with Karam.
And all the sponsors as well. ERS Sports among them. I've just seen the man who runs the show.
Karam using the multitasker. Oh, that single
Oh,
could have been the end as well. Surprised that Felix is having a day to forget behind the wicket.
well, he couldn't take it cleanly, and again there was just we saw earlier with Afzal ball watching almost getting run out, and then I don't know what the skipper was doing. He's been switched on all day, but he wasn't in the contest either, but he's still there at the moment.
Oh, that was a very good shot. That
Good
throw
fielding
was-
too, though.
Yeah, and that throw was out of frustration, I thought, and not necessity, because he'd made it already. Aditya, the fielder.
Doing his job again, Avari. He tossed it up and there was a bit of dip as he sort of went on the march. Rahman.
You got to see a fight back here from Rahman's 4 of 10. I don't see one. Rafe is trying at least. Rahman's got to go for the big shot here.
He didn't connect then, Rafe. He played a similar shot that sailed for 6 over backward square. he flicked it away on that occasion. He didn't really get the contact he wanted. Similar ball from Avari.
9 overs gone, 60 for 6.
So Aditya will come to the attack now. They may use their spinners in tandem. Avari's got 2 more to go. And we know Aditya's a good player with both bat and ball. Only got 6 with the bat. Didn't matter so much.
Spinner Aditya Thackeray. As long as he's not going to pitch it way short, I think he'll be all right.
And with that one, it was pitch short, but the issue with the Sultans is they just haven't been hitting the ball in the middle as well as the Indians did. That was short again.
So the Indian Tigers knocked the winds out of the sails of Pakistani Sultans early. Asked them to play catch-up cricket.
Because I love watching him play. I thought if Rayan Farouk got eaten, you never know, but he was out pretty quickly for 7. That's a good shot.
Couple of runs.
Yeah, the switch hit.
The boundaries seem to have dried up. 119.
Hit that hard, but straight to the fielder at mid-wicket.
Hiding his pain with a smile.
He tossed it up. Slog swept it, but just couldn't clear the field. Probably deserved more than nothing for that shot. Little lapper.
I like that, lapper.
Didn't connect.
Is that a country cousin of Jaffa?
Haven't you heard the phrase Jaffa? Jaffa's used a lot in cricket.
Of course I have.
Yes.
Lapper first time.
Lapper first time. Just picking out the fielders a bit too much at the moment. Amin Rahman.
A quiet over from Aditya Thackeray. 66 for 6 at the halfway stage, the Sultans. Required rate 11.6. It's only right to have this photograph on the steps because at every step of the growth that ACL has seen, they've been a pillar of support.
Yes, the wives of Harry and the other committeemen do a great job. Great to see them here. Always so nice and friendly. Make you feel welcome, which is wonderful.
Good spin from Neville.
He's done a good job, hasn't he, since coming into this team?
It's a very good shot, but again, the preparation is such.
Well done, Howard. He received it from a good return from Aditya. He had to scurry to get back then. Rafe, and he whipped the bails off. Ooh.
Could be in trouble.
I think he might be in trouble. He looked like he was well and truly home. Thought it was elementary, but I think he might be either short or just on the crease here.
Kudos to Aditya.
Side on.
Kudos to Aditya, who got rid of the ball so quickly. So much so that he had created an opportunity. Not out as a signal. This could be out. Backtracking and puts it down, Despatania. Is it Patania? No, it was Ayan. Correction.
He was looking to hit that through the offside, ended up on the onside.
This time, no mistake. Felix collects the ball, whips the bails off. And the Sultans lose their 7th.
He's bowled well, isn't he, Avari? That was a great piece of bowling. And it was a superb piece of wicket-keeping, Suhas, because, as you can see, Felix Howard took it away from his body and then had to come back in and whip the bails off. But Rahman was a long way down and was virtually walking to the pavilion. So 7 for 67 in the 11th over. This will be a big win, you'd think, for the Indian Tigers. They need 117 off 56 balls. Rafai's still there. He needs someone to stay with him. Must stay with him. So Avari with 6 wickets in the tournament. 2 for 12. Took 4 for 12 against Pakistan. Loves bowling against the Sultans. Does Neville Avari. Lovely delivery to dismiss Abdul Rahman. Here's another leggy facing a leggy. Saad bin Tariq has had a good tournament for the Sultans. At 7 for 67 in the 11th over. The sun's gone down. Pill for LBW. Or is it stumped again? He's out. He's on a hat-trick, Avari. Incredible. Tosses it up. And yes, he'd lifted his back foot. It looks like it might be on the line. That's not enough. You can see Spriggs, and the bails have been whipped off. He's made a few blues early with the gloves. His handling wasn't as good from Felix Howard in the first few overs, but he has made amends with consecutive stumpings. So Avari for the second time in the tournament on a hat-trick. We've only seen one. So Tariq out first ball. And that was very, very clever from Howard. Is it not out? They've had a look at it. They took it upstairs and they've said it's not out. Or is it out? Not out. So, no hat-trick that he was on. 7 for 67. 2 for 12. So he just had the top of his boot over the line, according to our third umpires. So what's happened here is that he did walk away, even though it wasn't out, and he survived the hat-trick ball. In Aram Farouk, and then the switch hit, of which he's played quite a bit and played it pretty well. Through backward point and third man, Abdul Rafai's hit a boundary. So he walked away even though he wasn't out. You never walk away until the umpire gives his final decision whether there's a third umpire or not, and there was a third umpire contingent in place. So that's what I'd do anyway. 8 for 71, we're in the 12th over. Having said that, I've never been put in that position before. Tries again. Pill for LBW by Aditha. When I say tries again, he tried the switch hit, but Aditha decided I'll bowl down the leg side, and the pilling for LBW wouldn't have hit the second, third, fourth, fifth set of stumps. Anyway, they're pumped up. They know that he's got a big smile on his face too. Aditha Takare. So Avari 3 wickets, 7 for the tournament, all against Pakistan. The lights are on in the 12th over. Tosses it up. Farouk strokes it back. No run. Starting to get dark. Still got quite a few overs to get through here. Mind you, only 2 more wickets. And then a further 112 to win. Slower delivery. Plays it down the ground. And Rafe wasn't even looking at Farouk. He wants to keep the strike. He probably needs to keep the strike. Again, a slower, loopier ball. Played straight back to the bowler. So dot ball after dot ball after dot ball. So the current run rate required is 14. Good luck. And the current run rate after 12 overs is 6. Just haven't got going with either bat or ball today, the Sultans. And the Tigers on the cusp of a big win in the under-19 ACL Championships T20. All the officials, you can see them up on the balcony, just near where we're broadcasting from. Crit Darji, another star in the tournament, coming in the attack, and it swung high and long. 2 fielders converging on the onside. It might get away, and it's a boundary. It was a reasonably flat delivery, but it was hit pretty hard. As the light continues to fade and the 2 fielders clamour into each other, but it didn't matter because it's a boundary. 25 off 20 for Abdul Rafi, 8 for 76 in the 13th. And he attempts to play a switch hit that he sort of gets at the back of the bat, but it wasn't the greatest execution of it, but it doesn't matter. He gets runs. I suppose the other target they'd be looking at is to lose by less than 100. 8 for 78. All about pride and performance. And he attempts to swing the next one. He gives himself room. And Crit Darji, the wicket taker, is online and gets the 9th wicket. The end is nigh here. The Tigers 1 wicket away from winning the title. To remain undefeated. A looping delivery. It was that slow that Abdul Rafi, who's been gallant with the bat, the skipper, was through his shot before the ball had arrived. And it's taken the off bail. So 9 for 78. We're in the 13th over. And can Crit Darji finish it off and give the Tigers, spoken to their coach a lot about putting the pencil through the team to make sure they had the right team by late in the week. They gave some players a chance in the truncated game of 16 overs aside, which worked wonders. Avari took 4 wickets and took his spot then. They got Nasheem back today after missing the semi-final. He took 2 early wickets. Khalif, the new batter. It's given air. He drops it away in the offside. So 106 needed in 44 balls. That won't be happening. 1 wicket is what the Indian Tigers need to win the tournament. They've been undefeated. It is cut away. Beats Ranbir Singh. They'll think about 2. He's a long striding big fellow, Khalif. Makes the 2 comfortably. And that was more intent with the running, which has been a bit of an issue. So 13 overs gone. 7 remaining. And after India made a fine 5 for 183, the Tigers, helped by a 96-run opening partnership, A.N. Nadeem 58, the highest ever score in an under-19 tournament by the skipper, 79, Ayman Nadeem. A useful 23. There's been a lot of useful efforts from Saxon throughout the tournament. He got 23. Khalif worked hard to get 3 wickets in 1 over. It just pegged them back slightly because 200 was on the go. In fact, 200 plus was an absolute certainty at one stage. But you'd take 183 every day of the week in this tournament and in most T20 tournaments. Always a difficult target. Ayman Nadeem in the attack after making 58. Flights it up. It's pushed into the offside by Aram Farouk. We are in the 14th over. Driven down the ground by Khalif. They just got off to a bad start and they never recovered. The run out of Zamberg was unfortunate. He came in with Talar not playing today. A big loss. Oh, nutmeg goes through the fielder at Whitish. Mid off. Hit pretty hard by Khalif. He gave it some air. Darji, rare error in the field. Sorry, Ayan. Darji was the player that committed the error and tried to hit that out of the ground. Gets it inside edge. Wasn't far from bowling him. Big Khalif who moves to 7. If he had got onto that, he's got big levers. He's a big man. That might have found the roof. We've seen 1 6 hit the roof of this tournament so far. Flicked off his toes as that was speared in. And fine leg interrupts. So they've got the target down to under 100. That is probably one achievement for them. As he looks to hit that out of the ground, it gets bowled. It's all over. India win the title and win the title handsomely, the Tigers. They roar. The Sultans don't swing. Big win for the Indian Tigers, dominating the final, which started late due to some unexpected rain. Great effort by Luke to get the pitch up, and it was fantastic for the Tigers, the way they batted early. Nadeem made 58 off 31. That's Ayman Nadeem, the captain, 79, highest ever score in T20 cricket individually by a player in the under-19s. And then Adisha got 6, Saxon got 23, but it was a big, big win in the end because unfortunately for the Pakistan Sultans, after conceding 183, Khalif got 3 wickets in 1 over, and they probably did okay to keep it under 200. It was looking well over 200 at one stage, but when you're chasing 184, you need a good start. Zamberg ran out in the first over, replacing Talar, was unavailable today, who has been a terrific opening support for their star player as far as batting is concerned, Rayan Farouk, and then he was dismissed for 7 and it just never got going. Only one player got over 20 and that was their skipper, who bowled okay as well, and that of course was Abdul Rafi. So a big win by the Tigers, undefeated in the tournament, and they beat the Pakistani Sultans by 97 runs to win the 2025 version of the ACL Under-19 Championships here at the Lindale Cricket Club. We'll have a look at the match summary. We'll get down. We've got massive presentations to occur here, so we look forward to that. And the big cup and trophy for the Indian Tigers. But what a wonderful performance it's been by them. Very professional, very solid. And the Sultans are always under the pump. Looking at what the Sultans did, always behind the 8 ball. 2 players got into double figures. Umar Farouk 11 and Abdul Rafi 27 off 22. When Rayan Farouk goes for 7, Zamberg for 3 gets run out by a direct hit. Heffernan, who's been good in the tournament, makes 6. And Afzal Sadiq, who's made a lot of runs, able to hit out and clear the boundary, goes for 5. You know you're under the pump, especially And that's at any situation in the T20 fixture, especially when you're chasing 184 to win. So they get bowled out for 86 and a good performance by the Indian Tigers, of which Neville Lavari was on a hat-trick and claimed 3 wickets. Looking at the performance with the ball, and this is the Pakistan Sultans firstly. Sadiq none for 14, Rafi 1 for 30, Hasnain Raza Khalif 3 for 32, Max Heffernan none for 9, Saad bin Tariq 1 for 24, Aaron Farouk none for 21, Rayan Farouk none for 28 from 2 overs, expensive today. Amin-ur-Rahman none for 13, and Muhammad Ali Najibi none for 6. There were 14 extras, so they were pretty tidy with the extras as well. Let's see if we can get the bowling figures for the Indian Tigers as well. We've just seen the Pakistan Sultans from earlier in the innings, and there were some extras, but not that many extras. But if we can just get the Indian Tigers bowling figures. But firstly, we'll just have a look at the match summaries. Ayman Nadeem 79 for Indian Tigers, Ayan Nadeem 58 of 32, and Saxum Pathania 23 of 22. We've mentioned the bowling for the Sultans. Khalif 3 for 32. The Sultans, the only one to get over 20 was Abdul Rafai 27. Neville Lavari was on a hat-trick, 3 for 12. Namish Sani, 2 outstanding deliveries to pick up wickets, 2 for 18. And Payush, who's been pretty good as the opening bowler, 1 for 23. So after making 5 for 183 off their 20 overs, they comfortably skittled the Pakistan Sultans, the Indian Tigers, for 96 in 14 overs. They are the champions of ACL T20 competition, the Under-19 tournament for 2025 here at Lindale. Thanks to everyone, especially the great man Sasham for what a job he's done. And we'll get down to Harry and to also Suhas. It's been great working with Suhas and Grant as well for the presentations. Well done to the Indian Tigers, champions in the 2025 ACL Under-19 tournament.
Pakistan team, they're here. Haji, just want all of them entering from here, exiting from here. From here, exiting from here. Nobody from here, right? Thank you. जब मैं कैमरामैन को दूंगा ना तब मुझे पानी दीजिएगा. What a fantastic tournament we just had, the ACL Under-19 2025, and it's only fair to thank all our sponsors before the grand finale's post-match presentation. Well, the Indian Tigers versus Pakistani Sultans, another good game of cricket to remember for the Indian Tigers, who eventually won and also ensured that the bragging rights remain with them. Without further ado, let's thank our sponsors who made this possible. ACL was presented by Tag Real Estate Victoria. A huge round of applause to Tag Real Estate Victoria. A big thank you to our platinum sponsor, Exclusive Immigration. And our another platinum sponsor, Sara & Co Interiors, who continue to be the pillar of support, who continue to be that way. ERS Sports, the gold sponsors. Thank you so much, Mr. Shafqat Nawaz, for being the gold sponsors. And as stylish as the person who owns it, Vogue Car Rentals. Thank you so much, Bir Karan, for being a pillar of support. Cafe 1971, thank you for being a wonderful support, Mr. Jagdish Singh and Ananya. And of course, Prime Creations. A round of applause to Prime Creations and Chetan for his unwavering support. They are our gold sponsors as well. Now I request the presence of the organizer, Mr. Hari Sandhu and Ms. Navjot Kaur, to be here to give away the mementos. We'll first start with Tag Real Estate, Mr. Avi Dillon. Mr. Avi. A huge round of applause. Thank you so much, Tag Real Estate Victoria, and all the very best for your efforts in the Middle East as well. Now this is going to be interesting, because the next memento has to be given to Exclusive Immigration. Now you could do the inky pinky ponky, but thank you so much for being here and of course making Aussie Cricket League possible. Who's going to receive it from whom? As always, a frame to remember the pillars of Aussie Cricket League. Thank you so much. Next, someone who's seen the growth of this league year after year, Sara & Co Interiors. You make cricket possible. Jasmeet Virdi, thank you so much for being the person you are and the support you are. Jasmeet Virdi. He's worn many hats. Remember, he was crunching numbers the last time as a scorer. Thank you so much. The next, yes, this memento has to go to ERS Sports, the gold sponsor, Mr. Shafqat Nawaz. I know he is on a very busy schedule. Mr. Shafqat Nawaz will receive his memento for sure, but thank you so much for the support. And of course, Vogue Car Rentals, Bir Karan as well, had to be elsewhere, but thank you for your unwavering support, Bir Karan. Now from Cafe 1971, oh, that menu, you have to look at the menu and of course try their food. Jagdish Singh and Ananya. Ananya, you're here? Please collect the lovely memento from Mr. Hari Sandhu and Ms. Navjot Kaur. Ananya from Cafe 1971. A huge round of applause. And last but definitely not the least, This memento will go to Prime Creations Chetan. Chetan, thank you for your support. I understand that you have a very busy schedule, but we'll ensure that the memento reaches you. It's time to thank the officials who put in their heart and soul to make this tournament happen. ACL Under-19 will not be the same without them. I request the presence of Mr. Raj here. Thank you so much, Harry sir, Navjot ma'am. I request the presence of Mr. Raj. Mr. Sukhraj, are you here? Mr. Raj, you would be the one giving away the trophy, the memento. We'll start with our unbelievably professional and incredible umpires. We'll start with Ash Barrow. Ash, year after year, making sure that ACL is right up there with all your experience and class. Not a relaxed moment. Ash Barrow, the epitome of professionalism. Thank you so much, Ash. Thank you. And someone who has been marvelous with his decisions and never under pressure. Always a smile at the end of the game as well. Mr. John Pollard, please collect your memento. The roar, the applause tells you how popular John Pollard is. The respect of the cricketers brim when he is around. Thank you so much. And here's a man who continues to have different caps and wear different hats, add more feathers to cricket and his umpiring hat as well. And he's such a keen learner, such a keen student of the sport. Mr. Ankur Sharma, the umpire. Mr. Ankur Sharma. Thank you so much for all that you continue to do to ensure the smooth conduct of ACL Under-19. Ankur Sharma, the man who continues to see many a talent bloom and blossom on the cricket field. Thank you so much, Mr. Raj, for giving away the awards. I request Mr. Aman Sandhu to join me here to give away the next set of awards. Mr. Aman Sandhu. There isn't a cricket fan here in Melbourne who wouldn't know about the Urban League. Mr. Aman Sandhu, the face of it. Mr. Aman, you'll be giving away the awards to very important people indeed. A round of applause to the man who made this game possible eventually, Luke the curator. Luke the curator. Luke is again talking to the pitches because he has to prepare it for next day. But thank you so much, Luke, for doing all that you did to ensure we had a good tournament. It's very difficult to be a curator on a tournament which is churning out one game after the other. But really well done, Luke. Next, if you're able to see the pictures and you continue to see the pictures like you're doing right now, it's only because there is an entire team working very tirelessly, and that is none other than Set Sports. Thank you so much, Sachin Yadav. The next award is for Sachin Yadav, who I'm very sure would be leaving the switcher and rushing over here. Mr. Sachin Yadav. Sachin, please collect your memento. And while this photo op is happening, I think it's only right to say this was the first multilingual production at the Under-19 level here in Melbourne. A huge round of applause. Sachin Yadav has made it happen. The superstar from India, Sachin Yadav. Next, someone who's crunching numbers. Not too long ago was ensuring that the wickets are tumbling, breaking stumps for a living. Piyush Sanotra, you are our brilliant scorer. Piyush, please collect your trophy. And very soon, you'll be seen with the ball in hand again, God willing. Piyush. And how can you forget the man who's ensured that frame after frame is nothing but perfection? Azhar, the photographer. And he'll walk in with the camera. No, Omar bhai, please hold the camera for just a moment. But there's always a camera hanging. Azhar, the photographer. Thank you so much, Azhar bhai. I request the presence of Mr. Jasmeet Virdi to give away the next award. Mr. Jasmeet Virdi from Sara & Co Interiors will give away the next memento to someone who's just wonderful to talk cricket to, and of course someone whom we've all troubled at the canteen as well. But he's such great fun to not just talk cricket to, but to also indulge in a little bit of sledging in between the tournament. A good mate, Ben Montgomery from Lindale Cricket Club. Ben Montgomery. Ben, where are you? Ben Montgomery. There's surely someone he's fixing a brilliant sandwich for, I'm sure. But thank you so much, Jasmeet, sir.
That's it?
Yeah, you were supposed to give him the award though. So sorry. You know what? Jasmeet, sir, like we always do in ACL, there's always a second chance. Come over. Yes. Because I will ensure that Jasmeet, sir, will give away the next set of lovely mementos to our commentators. The man who's been the voice of ACL for so long, and he continues to churn out wonderful stories. Dan Lonergan, the commentator. Someone who's seen the transition from radio to commentary on television. Dan Lonergan. Thank you so much, Dan.
Good on you. Thanks so much. How about yourself?
We'll get there in just a moment. Jasmeet, no. You know why? A round of applause to Grant O'Hara. He's not here, but he was there with us for the tournament. A round of applause to Grant O'Hara, the other commentator. A wonderful colleague, I must say. And the surprise package, Sumit Kumar Mishra. He was the one ensuring that you get commentary in Hindi. A man who has turned many a game with just his voice. He's so good when it comes to predicting as well. Sumit Kumar Mishra is sitting all the way in India, and he's preparing for the IPL, which he will be voicing in Bhojpuri. A round of applause to Sumit Kumar Mishra, who was part of this broadcast of Set Sports for the grand finale. And this one seems to be a little familiar name, Suhas Vedam. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I'll put it aside for you.
Yeah, sure. I thought you were taking the mic away from me and I was holding that. No, just kidding. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Jasmeet Virdi. Now let's move on to some more silverware. I request Mr. Manjinder of ACL, a very popular member, Mr. Manjinder, to give away this award, and that is the player of the match. Mr. Manjinder will give away the player of the match. A player of the match in the grand finale is a dream for so many people. And it was the captain of Indian Tigers, Ahmed Nadeem, with his fantastic 79 of just 56, who gets to be the player of the match in the grand finale. Smoking 7 sixes and 2 fours. Ahmed Nadeem, please collect your trophy. And we'll have a small chat as well. Oh, we'll have it a little later then. Thank you so much, Evan, for being remarkable. Thanks for the entertainment. Now, moving on to the tournament awards. Thank you so much, sir, for giving away the all-important Player of the Match award. I request Mr. Paddy Boyle to be here to give away the next award, the best batter of the tournament. Paddy, please. And Paddy Boyle will give away the best batter of the tournament award to, drum rolls please, 177 runs in 5 games, staggering average of 44.4. Who wouldn't want him in their side? It has to be Ryan Farooq, the very flamboyant Farooq. Ryan will collect this glitzy trophy from Paddy Boyle. Ryan Farooq. Ryan, can we have a chat? Or you have a train to catch too? Ryan, firstly, there are some tick marks in your mind when you go out to bat and before you prepare for a good tournament as well. Have you achieved all those things that you thought of? Now this trophy is in your lap.
The first couple of games I think I did, but after that it just kind of dropped off when I needed it the most in the finals. Didn't go too well, but that happens, you know.
keeping the outcome aside, how proud are you of the boys and your skipper?
Yeah, first time we made the finals in 3 years, I think. So really well from Rafe and all the boys this year. In the end, we couldn't get it done, but next year we'll be back and better.
And finally, if you had to sum up the entire tournament for you in just one word, what would it be?
I'm not sure. Not in one. I can't do it in one word.
There you go. Give us a sentence.
I was a bit lucky, and a bit lucky with the catches and all, but I think I did pretty well. So with the ball, I got a bit lucky as well. I think I bowled alright and didn't get the reward, but that happens.
You were splendid with the bat in hand as well. Congratulations on this lovely trophy. Thank you. Ran Farouk, the best batter. Thank you so much, Paddy, for giving away the award. Next up, I request the presence of Mr. Vikas Rana. Mr. Vikas Rana will give away the best bowler of the award. It's only fair that the award is given away by someone so remarkable as Vikas Rana to someone equally remarkable with the ball in hand. 12 wickets, 4 matches, economy 4.4. Isn't he gold dust? Krit Darji. There is a fifer included in that in a grand semi-final of a tournament. Talk about absorbing pressure. Krit Darji. Krit, if we can have a chat with you. When it comes to bowling, there are ways of preparing according to the opposition. Did you do something different depending on who you were playing, or you just stuck to the team's plan?
Obviously, I just stuck to the team's plan. I was just following my processes and sticking to them every game. I didn't do anything different for any opposition.
Rongan is still a work in progress, or Rongan is coming out of the hand beautifully?
Not yet. It's still a work in progress.
You do know that 6 balls are allowed in the over. You already have 7 variations, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about the quicker one and how you adapted to the conditions here at the ACL Under-19, because it's a tournament that gives you varied conditions and prepares you better for the next level.
Yeah. The pitch was it was a factor in my thinking, but it wasn't the pitch that was only the part of my thinking. I was thinking about the batter and what the type of batter would do, and I was just bowling according to what the batter's plans were.
Well, it's fair to say you were always one step ahead. Congratulations on this wonderful trophy. All the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Krit Darji, the best bowler. And I really hope he doesn't go too far. Not in life. In life he should go very, very far. Here he shouldn't go too far. I'll tell you the reason. Because he will collect the next trophy as well. I request Mr. H.S. Sandhu and Kiran to be here to give away the player of the tournament. Mr. H.S. Sandhu and Kiran. Ms. Kiran, are you here? Mr. H.S. Sandhu and Kiran ma'am, yes, you would give away this wonderful looking trophy to Krit Darji indeed. And that's the reason I said don't go too far here. Krit Darji with 24.6 MVP points gets the player of the tournament. Congratulations, Krit, on this award as well. There are others collecting trophies. There's a man who's driving straight to the shop to get a cabinet for himself. Krit Darji. Now, can we have the captain who came second, Abdul Rafe, for a quick chat, please? Abdul, well, that didn't go according to plan, of course, but it looked like you were trying your level best. It's one of those days that you gave the Lankan Lions along the way. This is something similar today.
Yeah, I mean, we tried everything we could. I mean, bowling changes, batting order, in the field, different field plans, different bowling plans. We did everything. In the end, not our day, and obviously well played to them.
Do you think your assessment at the toss was all right? Because the surface was a little soft at that time.
No, I mean, it's too late to regret anything. So I think, yes, it was a correct decision to bowl first. We just didn't bowl well in the power play and leading up to the 10th over. And that punished us in the end.
Keeping the outcome aside, if you could tell us a little bit about this tournament itself and the friendships that you've forged with these lovely lads.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing. It's been a great, I think, week and a bit. We got to know everyone pretty well. Got to know everyone from all the teams, and it's been a lovely time.
You know what? It's only fair if you are the one announcing their names to give away the medals for them. Now I request Mr. Harry Sandhu and Ms. Navjot to give away the medals to the runner-up, Pakistani Sultan, and the captain will take the names of the entire squad. All yours.
Start with Hasnain Khalid. Rayan Farouk. Aram Farouk. Aman. Sultan Saeed. Max Heffernan. Harrison Zenberg. Afzal Sadiq. Me. Our coach Suhail Sadiq. And assistant coach Suhail Bhai. That's it.
Abdul Rauf himself, the skipper of Pakistani Sultans. A round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Harry and Ms. Navjot. It's time now to invite Mr. Avi Dillon of Tag Real Estate Victoria to give away the next one. And it's also time to invite Ayman Nadeem, the skipper of Indian Tigers. Let's have a chat first up before you collect the medals. I mean, absolutely brilliant with the way the boys turned up in the grand finale. There's nothing more you could have expected from them.
Yeah, I think it was amazing to get straight into bat, and the way we batted was exceptional. And I think the way we followed up with the ball was something to keep learning from. So I think it was a great experience.
Spoken like a complete team man actually, but there's one person who turned up with 79 in quick time. You want to mention how you targeted certain bowlers in certain phases of the game?
I think at the start it was pretty easy for me to give it to my brother because he was going really well.
Right.
And I think it just helped me to set the innings deep, and I got my balls to my matchup leg spin in a short boundary. So I think that's where I scored most of the runs.
Clearly you gave Undertaker and Kane a run for their money for the Tag Brothers of Destruction with the way you guys started. Having said that, I would really love to know how it is transferred The entire side, not just this win, but the entire tournament ACL, your experience of the transformative journey.
Yeah, I think everyone from where they started off to where they finished, they improved significantly. I think that's due to the coaches and the sponsors and all the team stuff we do, like the warm-ups together. I think that camaraderie helped us into where we are today and winning the grand final.
Remarkable performance by the boys, and it's time for you to collect the medals as well. I request to call one by one the entire squad. Congratulations.
Thank you. First up we have Dipper's son KC. Is it coaches as well? Coaches? Yeah. Felix. Namish. Rambia. Yeah. Piyush. Ayan. Aditya.
Aditya, stand sideways and then wear the medal, please, for the photograph.
Saksham. Tejas. Neville. Crit. For the coaches, we have Banaj. Head coach Wayne. Wayne. We have Dowd. Shane. Vinit. Myself.
And of course, the team. Eamon, don't go too far away, because before you collect the biggest silverware, a huge round of applause. Please be here, sir. Huge round of applause to all the volunteers who year after year make ACL more magical. Thank you so much for your support. And now I request Mr. Avi Dillon and Mrs. Dillon to give away the winner's trophy. the winners of ACL Under 19 2025. It's the Indian Tigers, and Ayman will collect the trophy from Mr. Avi Dhillon and Mrs. Dhillon. And very soon the boys will have a taste of that trophy. Well, it's been a marvellous tournament indeed. 16 games of incredible cricket with hard-fought cricket and of Melbourne brought to the fore. The Aussie Cricket League Under 19 comes to an end. That's all we got for you from this season, but we promise you from a different part of Australia to bring a tournament bigger and better like every time. Until then, it's goodbye from all of us, including the Set Sports team, the champions of ACL Under 19 2025, the Indian Tigers.